inside under the time. Yeah.
You know, they just yelled down and they don't care.
There's a in the window. It's hard to see from this distance, and there's also protest signs, cardboard signs obstructing the view. But there are officers with one individual in custody.
Hey,
with their
Maria,
hands,
Shannon,
cuffed
Shayna.
behind them.
Good to see you, girls. Just get you in the TV. Long time no see. Hope all is well. Carol, good to see you. Marie, over on YouTube, good to see you, girlie. This is Olympia, Washington, where we have another Occupy situation in a hotel there. Kathy, Linda, Steph, Dale, good to see you. Arthur, Pam, Lisa, good to see you. 518, good to see you, brother. Anita, hey. Cody, Pam, Nikki, Mr. Hillard, good to see you.
So far, so good. We are.
My apologies for the
not really
delay here.
Arrests
Having
of
some
counter
software
protesters
issues.
that are gathering on the sidewalk, and the police are just holding a perimeter around the hotel as they arrest folks, or at least evict folks.
How's everyone been?
We've seen maybe half a dozen
Well, I
arrests, and it did look like a couple of officers were walking a woman who was clearly infirmed and had trouble walking on her own, who they may have been walking more to
Carrie, good to see you.
some other type of intervention of a
Jackie,
motel
good to see you. What's
voucher
good?
or a shelter or something. Not sure if she was homeless, but she was certainly walking very gingerly and
Megan, good to have you
barely
from
under her own
Australia.
power. There's still about 20 officers inside, well, at least 20, probably more like 30 officers inside the hotel, and not quite clear what they're doing.
All cops are bastards! All cops are bastards! All cops are bastards!
All right there, champ.
All cops are bastards!
Cleaning out unauthorized people inside. And a few arrests.
Bard's Eyes live again. Thank you, Marie.
Again, if you're
See if I
new
can
to the
grab it.
stream, please like, share, subscribe, invite friends to the group, share
Yeah,
it
he
to
was
a
up for
group,
like 25 minutes or so and went back
share it
down.
to a page, share it to your friends. We just like to get as wide of a net to let folks know what's going on in their
Yep.
region, their city, or just in general with law enforcement and protesters.
I'm going to take
Video
you
doesn't really lie,
to Bard's Eye for a different view
and
here.
so far
Give me a
we've
second.
seen very little sort of action, or what some of the protest community calls getting spicy. What some of the protest community sometimes calls police violence. There just hasn't been any real interaction between the bystanders and the police. Video doesn't really lie. About half a dozen, and so far we've seen
Stick
had
you to
purchased
Bard's
rooms
Eye.
for people.
And I also will have
33
a
was the
secondary
number we were
window.
given. Not. I don't believe that's
This is
33
Bard's
individual
Eye.
rooms, but 33 people total. And how they group people in pairs or in units, I'm not quite sure, but
Audio coming from both streams here.
apparently a poet in the crowd.
Give me
But
one
we have
sec. Get this dude back.
after having purchased rooms last night, they announced they were not.
I'm here in Olympia, Washington, downtown. There's a group. All the housing now is
Across the
placed
at
in
Sylvester Park
the Governor
in
Hotel.
downtown Olympia, which is actually
police response.
part of the state capitol camp of the Washington State Patrol.
1 second. I'll have a secondary window. Just getting it full screen. to go. I'll get you this other guy here in the bottom right. Hang on 1 second. And I'll balance his audio out. Go, secondary stream. Give me a sec, and I'll get your bird's eye. Okay, good to go. We can work with this. And I'll get you audio from this dude here, top right, as well as his name, momentarily. If anything, we might throw Bard's eye. You know what? We'll do that. Throw Bard in the top corner, and we'll stick with this dude. Get some volume.
We're actually National Guard. That's just not their bailiwick. It's much more likely that that was a SWAT entry team that went in and first engaged with the occupiers. And I apologize that we may try to respond to any questions or comments in the live stream comments.
And
but,
this is the David Ross show. The David Ross
on alert
show.
here, not able
streamer.
to be completely engaged with the comments.
Is there any way that way I can go?
Yeah, for sure. You can be in Sylvester Park, but not on the sidewalk.
Sure. I'm going to cross through and then go to the park.
Someone's saying they thought they were U.S. Marshals. I can't really confirm or deny that. I would be surprised because as far as I know, we've not had any presence of U.S. Marshals at events in Olympia, and we've not really seen justification for U.S. Marshals. Typically are involved in federal property or other law enforcement actions, but for a hotel, we more likely see city and county resources. So it is a bit of a surprise to see State Patrol here, but it's also a lot with some of the things that have occurred to have folks sharing and working in
So again, this overlay that I have set up, we have Bard's eye at the top left. Sorry
teams.
about that. Got distracted. Elizabeth, good to see you.
This is Olympia, Washington.
Oh, no kidding, Maddie. That's the Starbucks and hotel that Jake filmed them trying to light on fire. No kidding.
In downtown Olympia.
Let me scroll up here, try to catch up on
Just
comments.
about,
Hey, Sharon, good to see you.
A quarter mile from the state capitol
Wanda?
dome, which is a very close copy of the federal capitol dome. This morning we had
There's a PAO coming out to see him.
see who?
The guy from Jolt. Pretty shortly.
Oh, okay. It sounds like we might be able to get some comments from law enforcement, public information officer or commander as far as what their understanding of the situation is, what their response and intention is, and how they
Bards.
Could I ask you a quick question? Can you tell me what jurisdictions are here? Nobody else?
Oh, Pam, thank you.
Thurston County? Okay, thank you. She says the State Patrol, Thurston County, and Ole PD. Our question was there was a team of about 20 that were the first ones to enter.
Primary
the
audio's
hotel
coming
that were
from the
all
full
in
stream.
camo.
Tito,
One person wondered
good to
if they
see
were
you.
U.S. Marshals, and I said I don't
Yep,
believe
I
there'd
got
be
you,
any
Gary.
reason. Pardon?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you all.
Yes, there was kind of a strike team that entered first, and I think those were
Good to be with you.
uh,
Missed you guys.
SWAT. But I can't confirm that.
It used to be that if you talked that way to cops, they would put you in jail.
Why don't you go tell them that?
I wish my father was still alive. He was a cop. He said, I'd be cracking some heads right now.
Officer McGillicuddy and his yeah, it's
So what do you
and if it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech. The downside that we see sometimes is you get the emotion and everybody starts escalating. You know, the more people.
Marie,
start
Carrie, Rach, thank you guys.
yes,
Lenora, thank you.
just to my live stream and my commentary.
Are they listening to us talk, or you turn off the mic?
No, they're listening to you.
Very nice.
Yeah, should I get your face also?
If you want, I don't have a problem with that.
No, I think we'll keep it
But
focused
I'm
on the.
not part of the.
You're a news documenter, not a newsmaker.
Let me make an overlay for this dude. Feel bad I don't have his name on there.
What time did you get here?
This is David Ross show.
I guess this started at 11 this morning.
Yeah, the first vestiges of it.
Here comes somebody.
There's somebody being arrested
People in there have families.
with a zip cuffs on their hands. Yeah, so my understanding is that
Get
there's
out of
a
your way.
housing advocacy or homeless rights
Bam!
protest going on in Sylvester Park behind us this morning. As that got going, then they came over here and occupied the hotel, and they had actually rented rooms last night for 33 people, who then announced that they were not going to be leaving, and that you can't force us out because of the moratorium on evictions, which is kind of
Sweet Chevy.
emulating the
Looks like,
MO of
right?
the Tacoma Housing Now protest at the Travelodge
Stone.
in
Yeah, they were
Fife,
talking about that on TV.
about 3 weeks ago.
Tell them to fucking jump.
So the people in the rooms are part of the protest?
Well, no, that person was one of the force that we're curious about, because it's not easy to see their patches or shields, but they're all in camo. So they either have to be, I'm assuming it's SWAT.
Some of the people in the rooms are legitimate paying guests, and some of them are paying guests who are intending to stay here for many days.
Right. They're sort of following the pattern of what the Tacoma Housing Now protest did in Fife at the Travelodge about 3 weeks ago.
Decent response.
Those of you just joining us, this is in downtown Olympia.
Right, Lori? Wow,
The
angry
state
much?
capitol, just about a quarter mile from the state capitol dome at the Red Lion Inn. We have a housing homeless rights protest in the state capitol campus park behind us, called Sylvester Park, which is part of the state capitol campus. That took place this morning at
Big
11 a.m.
Sanctuary in a church.
In the course of that
Right.
protest, some of the protesters moved across the street to the Red Lion Inn and occupied the lobby.
Absolutely,
And,
Miss
the
Pamela.
front
Play
desk,
those
and
likes,
so they
hearts,
were not,
and shares really
Going to
do help
vacate
the
until
stream.
some of their
Should you deem
demands
quality
for-
content
for
and
homeless
coverage worthy of what?
people in Olympia were met by the local city and county government. They released a press
Derek.
release with the
Somebody
demands
needs a Snickers.
and the purpose of the occupation. And there were conflicting reports. One said there was just sort of a peaceful occupation. Another said that when they first occupied, that there was a knife brandished and law enforcement responded. No clarity whether there was any arrests made at that point, but law enforcement responded at some point around noon, and then left without any major response. There was also a report at that time, I think that prompted the law enforcement response earlier, that said employees
The
didn't feel
Red
safe
Lion Inn.
and were either not coming or going, and were sheltering in place. Not clear on what the status of the other guests in the hotel, if guests were calling law enforcement or not, and whether they felt safe to come and go is unclear. There was a second report that said the Red Lion self-reported that they had been calling multiple times throughout the day requesting law enforcement intervention and removal of the occupiers. So at about 6 p.m.
Generally speaking, you have to stay 2 weeks to establish
interjurisdictional
residency anywhere.
force
So that,
came kind of swarming in,
you know,
comprised of Thurston County
deferral
Sheriff,
to legality
what I
for
believe
the
is Thurston
moratorium
County
on
SWAT team,
evictions wouldn't apply.
Olympia Police
Because they would
Department,
have had to have paid
and
for a
Washington
room
State
for a
Patrol.
total of 14 days. And
And
only
they,
on that 14th day, there are many cases where people actually
they
owe
sort of
money
surrounded the
after a
entire
month staying at a hotel. But if they trashed it through
hotel
parties everywhere, the hotel owner
all
will actually
sides,
offer them money to
as well
leave
as in the back
if it's cheaper than
alleyway.
having to pay for an attorney,
And
court fees, and etc. The whole process.
then there was a kind of a strike team of about 20
But
who
no, that's not how it works. Even with
were
C-19,
all clad
you
in
can't you
camouflage.
can't go pay for a room for one night
And,
and claim that you've
They were the
established
ones that
residency
first,
there.
they were the entry team, and we're still waiting to
doesn't
see
work
if we
like
can
that.
talk to a public information officer to find out
David Schnott over
if
on
they were
YouTube says,
in
"Don't pay,
fact
don't
SWAT, or if they
stay."
were from some other
Right.
agency.
I mean,
They
I don't
said,
run a hotel, but that's
striking
what I would
different
presume.
uniforms on.
And exactly, Rachel. Well, actually,
in terms of their
Rach,
camouflage,
it could
and
if
their,
you stay at a hotel longer
hard to
than
see
2
any
weeks.
identifying patches or
For well,
shields
on the
as far
14th
as,
day and longer,
local,
it's no different than
city,
staying at a
county, or
house.
state,
Even
police
if you didn't pay
signifiers.
somebody to stay there, if you stayed there for 2 weeks,
We're on
you
a
would
little
have
bit
to
of,
technically, if the person
high
knew the
alert
law, go
just
through
for
the eviction
safety, so
process to get them
we
out of your
can't,
own house.
monitor the stream right now
That's why the first question the cops
very
always
well.
ask
So
is,
if,
"How long have
if
you
you
been
see
here?"
folks
They're
asking
looking to see if you've
questions who
established
maybe just
residency
joining
or
the stream,
not, to see if it's a civil
or
case,
you know the answer to
or
for sure,
if
please
they
feel
can
free to
trespass the
chime in.
individual to remove them.
This is in downtown Olympia, Washington. The hotel is the Red Lion. You'll see behind there, the lit up sign is the governor. That's because this I think probably about 50 years, this was the Governor Hotel, and was purchased by the Red Lion, I think about 5 years ago. They've never changed the sign. Have done some significant upgrades and remodels, and historically was also a place where you might find state legislators, legislative staff, and lobbyists staying here during legislative session, which is going on right now. Doubtful that there's nearly as many as usual staying here, just because there is, due to coronavirus, there's about a 90% of all the legislative session is taking place remotely, virtually, over Zoom and similar. But because of
Just saw some
threats,
police.
we have had
See the lights going on there.
upwards of 600
Just clearing it room by room.
National Guard stationed
Ooh,
around the state capitol.
they've been there since the election,
Control
though.
fencing, because there were concerns about all types of groups, right wing, left wing, storming the Capitol, storming the governor's mansion, fighting with each other. Some just about every Saturday for several weeks there was conflict between opposing
Just give me one sec.
groups, and 2 weekends in a row there was a shooting. Luckily nobody was killed.
Did they tell you what you're under arrest for? For DOC? No,
Sneaky, sneaky.
Make sure. Up in the hotel room, the flashing light up there is actually I believe,
Oh, see that little sucker?
SWAT team member. Either that or it was the room above.
Land ahoy!
We could see very plainly they were. You can see someone.
Go with that spot. And then for Mr. Ross here, go down there.
Officers.
Brilliant! You guys remember those old Guinness commercials? Like those guys?
But the center room that's all black and has.
Brilliant!
Flashing
Or was that Red Bull? It's one of the two.
Looks to be a law enforcement officer.
Is that an
Some kind of
SOS?
signal.
Yeah, SOS would be 3 blinks, stop, 3 blinks, stop. Good observation there, Drew. See how it's a steady 3? But you know what? They also have flashlights that do it automatically as well.
In that dark window that's been shining same pattern with his flashlight for about 2 minutes. Yeah. One in the
So they have
center.
17 units,
So that's what those
25
two were, but
people.
this
My
one was
apologies
just
on the volume. Give me a sec here.
flashing the same pattern.
Got
now
you.
Looks to have vacated the room.
There you go.
So they do appear to be going floor by floor, room by room,
Sweet.
and not quite clear if they're just the folks in the rooms, if they're just asking them to leave or if they're arresting them. They certainly
Hey, Jenna,
made
good to see
maybe
you, girlie. Long time no
maybe
see.
10 arrests so far. I'm not sure if those are protest occupiers or if those are room occupants.
Bridget, what is going on is they have leveled up from the Red House to a hotel. 17 units, 25 people. See if I can find anything else. As always, viewers are welcome to comment in their links should they come across anything.
What do you think that is?
Maybe they got a hold of somebody who's fighting back up there.
Oh, Cher, you saw that too? Good eye.
Had a big resonance.
It's
like
323.
flashbang or didn't sound like a round.
Huh. I always thought it was on Force 3. Interesting. Good to have you, Miss Christina from Missouri. Welcome.
So not quite sure what the loud bang was. It seemed to have too much resonance to be around.
Logan, Ohio PD is up as well.
It seemed to have a little bit of a compressive, explosive sound to it, or feel to it.
Seattle, starting to get their snowfall over there, as well as New York City over on the East Coast. West of the city, looking at 18 to 24 inches. The island, 8 to 12 towards the city. Suffolk, 5 to 8. Out towards Montauk, right around 3. 18 to 24 up the Hudson Valley. Dang. That's a lot of snow. And it's supposed to go to mix and rain
Not quite
and
sure
then
what
go
that
back to snow
looks
for
like.
4 hours to finish out. So
Response to that
should definitely have some good traction on that stuff.
percussive.
So there may have been a distraction device go off up in
Oh
one of the
yeah?
rooms.
Well,
Police
doom
trying to open
on
the
you.
windows.
Doom on
Protesters
you.
are cheering
What
on
movie is
for
that from?
them to choke.
It's animated.
You can hear
I'll give you
some
that hint.
fire alarms going off.
Doom on you.
So the screaming is sort of
Sorry about that.
more fanfare than actual conflict. There's police sweeping the rooms up. It looks like they're in the upper floors now, and as they get to the balconies, the sort of demonstrators down on the sidewalk are
Ice
shouting
Age Tia nailed it.
for cops to jump.
Tia. Digital 5, girl. Digital 5. Love it. And that was a vague clue, too.
One
I
of
was
the
ready to give
protesters
you the
just
pine cone.
made a good point. If you're all here,
Oh,
who's
look!
guarding the windows of City
pine
Hall,
cone.
Become an enemy of the people.
in our
Don't be
experience,
an enemy of the people.
it's
Okay?
not always been well guarded, but there are plenty of folks who monitor and unbelievable amount of cameras throughout downtown Olympia, believe it or not, almost like London. Don't always respond to
Oh,
violence.
isn't that
and
just better on the eyes right there? Come on. Girl.
There are a slew of cameras throughout downtown Olympia.
Out of my view.
And the drummer has shown up, who
Yes.
is often a
Liana?
Drum.
Liana? I'm sorry.
at
If I
many of the
butchered
protests
your name.
for Black Lives
But
Matter
he
and
brings up
Antifa,
a valid point.
different issues, and that sort of coalesces some of the
Scroll up. I mean,
protest
all
chants and
cops.
rhythm marches.
That's sort of a generalized statement about a group of people. That's offensive, isn't it? Kind of like a word that ends in an ism. If you were to do so for someone's color. I was always taught that there's like a majority and a minority of people, you know? But it's never all of a group. Unless they're like an alt extremist
And if you're just
group, but-
joining us, we are live in downtown Olympia, Washington. We are about a quarter mile from the state capitol dome on Capitol Boulevard, which is
even
the
then
main
they're a
street through downtown
minority though.
Olympia.
You know, they still fall in that classification. Hey Jacqueline, good to see you.
Between the park in downtown Olympia called
Nick
Sylvester
Daniels,
Park,
Antifa and
which is
homeless,
technically part
which
of
I'm
the
sure
state
has
capitol
nothing to
campus,
do
so it
with
is
their
managed
attitudes
and
at all,
controlled by
or
the
the
state of
fact that
Washington.
meth, cocaine, and
there was a
heroin are
housing,
now all legal in
homeless
Portland.
rights protest there
Not
at
only
about
that,
11
but if you were
this
to get
morning.
caught, Oklahoma, Texas with the
And
same amount,
some of
that's
the
10
protesters went
year,
across
10
the
to
street and
15 year
occupied
felony,
the hotel,
and trafficking
which
for what is now
a Red Lion Hotel used to be
the
called the Governor
equivalent
House,
of like
or the
crossing a
Governor
jaywalk
Hotel. It's
ticket.
had a few different names.
It's a fine.
Now it's part of the Red Lion
Hey Joe, good to see you,
chain of
brother.
hotels.
Especially from Eugene.
And sometime before noon, they apparently occupied
Bard's
the
out by you as well.
lobby and the front desk, and
That guy in the top left
had
there.
some folks outside holding signs. At that time, there was a dispute about whether it was
T-Lo, good to see you,
peaceful or
brother.
not. There were a police response that came and checked and
That's right, Sam.
apparently left.
I was going to mention that.
There was also a report of,
Earlier today,
some
there
type
was an active shooter,
report
correct,
from
at that mall.
employees either sheltering in place or not feeling safe, or
I was
someone
gonna
brandishing a knife.
go
But
live
at
with
any
it,
rate,
but
the,
really the only shots were just a single
responding
frame,
Olympia Police
and
Department
there really wasn't much of any
came and
information
went
coming across.
at about
Hey,
about 1
Jojo, good to
o'clock.
see you.
At that
Why are they bothering
point,
this place?
it looked to be
Lisa,
sort of
they're,
not over,
I guess,
because
homeless.
the group calling themselves Olympia Housing Now had actually put they reported 33 people. Not
Let
sure
me just check my
what
stream.
percentage or of those that they said were some were homeless into rooms in the hotel and were not going to be leaving because of the moratorium on evictions. And the same thing happened in Fife, Washington, about 40 miles north of here.
I don't advise
about 3
Facebook
weeks
adjourning.
ago at a travel lodge, and they
I
ended
really
up
don't.
staying
I got
there for
another
about a
stream
week
as well. Just
while
to be
making
stacked.
demands on the
Posh.
city and the county in that area. That was
Oh, here.
put on by a group that formed sort of.
Give me a sec. Give me a
ad
sec.
hoc and called themselves
Oh yeah.
Tacoma
That word
Housing Now.
money.
So when
We
the
got like.
Olympia Housing
we
Now
got a
group
bunch.
formed, they sort of followed the same MO.
Let me get this over.
Excuse me.
Get this.
Of occupying
down.
by buying one night and then expecting to
some
sort
audio.
of stay. They did release also a press release of.
Pretty quiet otherwise. It's quiet. Too quiet.
Until
Oh, thank you.
a list of
Seattle
demands were met by the local jurisdiction.
Is he back? Come on, dude.
The live stream, I can't actually respond or quote, but I believe that the list of demands was about 4 demands to
Posh.
put people, use FEMA money, get federal FEMA money to put homeless people into housing or in motel vouchers, temporary.
There they are.
The second demand was to stop the sweeps of homeless encampments and provide services, sanitation and garbage and similar things to.
That's coming from this stream right here.
Third demand
The full
was
stream.
to
Tom, that's the same group. That's correct. It's Miss Rivera. That is indeed the same group.
situation.
We got all streams right now coming from outside this hotel.
I believe in the Second Amendment.
Hang on.
Oh, no.
Okay. Apologize for the distraction. The 4 demands that the protest occupation group was the Olympia Housing Now was on their press release were to provide motel vouchers to the homeless people
There's dude.
in Olympia.
Nothing special
oversee
there.
A fire.
Posh, posh, posh,
We
posh,
got
however you
smoke
pronounce it.
emanating from
Got that dark filter so you can't identify anybody at night. Not obvious there.
emanating from the
Reason
tower.
is.
By taking some there
Hey,
to their home to live. You
Officer?
realize that, like, homeless people also support
There
we
housing?
have somebody
is,
on
like,
this smoke.
There is.
This looks like it could end up getting
This down.
dangerous or very tragic. That there's a massive amount of smoke emanating from the
What?
main tower. It's not a separate tower. It's the tower like the elevated and such run up and down to each floor. The
You
stairwell.
imagine that if they just
Okay,
scudded it on the
hello,
way out?
It's starting to rain pretty
There are
hard.
just plumes of smoke coming out of that. That doesn't look to be.
Hi, I'm here. I blocked the
I would just like to say that this channel does not
just
contend
venting,
or condone any violence
Tear gas
besides
is flashing. That looks
self-defense
like
and as per
Backing
rules
up
of
a bit, 'cause
engagement.
it's like pouring rain and I don't have an umbrella.
Cops over there? You fucking ready for that? Are you that committed to
No.
people?
until we
Nah.
find out what's going on with the smoke coming out, whether there's an actual
Honestly,
fire,
guys,
or if there's
until we
maybe somebody burning
can see the smoke
a
for
mattress.
ourselves,
That's
I don't see it.
extremely dangerous situation, especially if we have homeless people that are somewhat invalid
Matter of fact,
in some of the rooms. Evacuating them can end up being quite a.
Hi, Rose. Hello,
Quite an ordeal.
hello, Blue Summer 61.
Getting back to the four demands.
Coming down pretty hard now. I don't understand why
the,
people are so
Olympia
against helping
housing
people who
now
have less. Yeah, me neither.
were
It doesn't really
to-
make any sense to me, but whatever.
Provide motel vouchers for people living out in encampments. Provide
They're getting early over there. It's that one guy. Come on over here.
I just buy you 3 times.
Yeah, probably.
motel vouchers.
This country has means to housing
And
feed
the
every
sweeps
person. Yeah,
was
I
if
the
there
agree.
were any smoke coming out of this
demand.
place,
Okay, we're having
you
trouble
know Bard's eye
focusing this.
Provide
Come on.
sanitation and
Okay.
with his
garbage service and
news
similar,
grade camera
support
would be
services
zoomed in on
to
that.
folks that are living in
Not up the
encampments.
street.
Yes.
And then
Being
the
across the
fourth
street.
demand was to increase impact fees
My God, it get water
for
damage.
developments in downtown to raise money for social services.
It did,
to provide
motherfucker.
to the homeless community.
Got this guy,
What the fuck? Did it?
We're
dude.
getting quite a bit of rain. Somebody was shining a flashlight on the smoke
Ooh.
plume coming out of the tower earlier, so it was a lot easier to see. That's no longer the case,
Yeah,
but it's definitely
steam, maybe. You know,
just
linen.
billowing
like
out.
at
I don't
all.
know if you can
They
see it
do
from
laundry on site
the
to
dark,
save money.
Damn it. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Cold, flashlight, water molecules,
We got
refract.
people
Rained on pretty hard, guys.
Cat.
I'm probably gonna
challenging
sit down,
the
get my umbrella.
skirmish line of the
Well, I mean, refraction is
police.
no,
Right
that's
now,
still
and
refraction.
They had threatened earlier that if folks
The reflection.
The
violated
usual
that,
suspects
they
are
might.
protesters
A
here
lot of
now.
random people walking by without masks on.
Do you guys want to come out over here? Are you guys
They're taunting the police by crossing the line.
Yeah.
Yes, Lori. We have audio from 2 different streams because I am going to be doing an overlay for you guys. But the one kid is really talking, so let me give you a brief overlay what we're working with.
Unfortunately, this country drills in your young
Got
age. You spend time
that.
instead of your needs and accumulate as much of wealth as you can. It's hard to work out. Yeah, I agree.
It looks as if that plume of smoke has subsided, so maybe that
Oh,
was
seriously.
more bark than bite. Somebody might have lit a mattress on fire
This is what we're
or
working with.
other cushions or furniture that produce incredibly toxic smoke. But hopefully that's what it was in lieu of actual an actual fire of the building itself. We do have, it looks like, some
Yeah, I agree.
either the police paddy wagon has returned, but I don't see any fire response currently, so we may have been dodged a really bad situation if it in fact was some kind of smoke grenade, tear gas, something like that, trying to get somebody out of a room.
Are they
or
really
somebody
going
was
to put
burning a
tear gas
mattress
in an
rather
occupied
than
hotel with other people
actually
there?
a fire in the building.
Yeah, my front game got like
Just
deaded.
can't I can't tell. It's gotten so dark, but there's certainly not the same plumes
Yeah,
of
it's
smoke
very
coming
good
out of there
one.
that there were earlier.
There's negligent,
Yeah, it's just, like, not focusing.
discharge of a weapon. There's also like negligent discharge of tear gas. Like, look at what happened at Waco. Combustible, fire. I know that whole thing is, a story of it in itself, but it's a gas. And with the proper air to fuel ratio, it is combustible, flammable tear gas, or CS gas.
Fuck, yeah, it is. Why are they protesting the hotel? Because fucking Olympia Housing Now, was housing homeless people, and of course cops can't have that, so they are attempting to raid and take back the hotel.
Somehow, something tells me there's more to this story. Maybe. Maybe. There you go, Bard. Bringing you to where all the breaking action is.
And you're shouting over people. You're yelling at me. You're shouting at me.
Yep.
If they're walking up to people all disrespectfully like that. Put your mask on, bitch.
Again, totally amped to be with you guys. After last 6 nights or so, we're gone.
You're doing the same thing, boy. Yes, because you did. You came over here yelling at me. Because you were all here, not wearing masks, recording people. What are you doing here?
So let's go closer. People don't have masks. There's such an issue. That's correct. Karina, yep, CS is flammable, yep.
They are not people! They are pigs! They're people! Shut the fuck up! They're people! Shut the fuck up! Or what?
We have a temperature on the street.
You
Hang on.
ain't lived a day in color! You ain't ever lived a day in color! Check it out. You ain't never lived a day in color. Don't talk to me about shutting the fuck up. I've had my fair share of racism. Especially from the police. But these are still people.
You hear it?
I don't care. They came from everywhere. They came from God, just like everybody else. Shut up, man. I ain't got time for that. Don't walk up on the police like that. You won't get guns drawn on you. Easy as that.
Holy cow. Someone who knows what complying is. Just incredible. Very moving as well. These kids' filters killing me though. Audio is just coming from the bottom right.
To film that interaction.
I don't want to get you on camera.
Go away. Go away. No consent.
I don't want to get you on camera.
No consent.
He's got to get the clout.
Expectation of privacy in public.
I don't want to get you on camera.
Opinions expressed
Anywhere you
there
are
do
in
not,
public does not have
the opinions in the stream.
any expectation of privacy,
I've been threatening it, but I'm gonna fucking do
as
it.
well as anything you can see from public
to, go ahead.
You
legally
need to leave.
being able to
We're
be
in public,
filmed.
and I'm filming a public news event. If
There you go.
You're not the news.
You're not either,
You're
so
not
get out of my
press.
stream.
I'm not filming for news.
Get off of my stream.
Who's got an umbrella for David Ross? I need an umbrella for David Ross. I need an umbrella for David Ross. I need an umbrella for David Ross.
Picking up here.
So we just heard another concussion grenade.
It's getting, what's the
Just
word?
filming an event.
I'm not even.
He's such a fan. He has to talk about me for 45 minutes straight. it? I mean, you gotta
Sorry to keep moving you guys around.
Absolutely.
Stick with this, I guess.
Just please don't touch me.
When you think about me, do you
Time
touch
here.
yourself? 45 minutes, goddamn. Oh, Mama.
Thank you to my mods, Tilo and Marie over on YouTube, as well as Pam, Brian, Lee, anybody who might be hanging out over on Facebook. Really appreciate you.
David fucking Ross.
What's sad? What's sad?
Being poor is not a crime. Letting people go that shouldn't have helped years. I agree, yeah. But I mean, the state doesn't seem to.
How am I BSing people? I mean, if you want to engage and discuss it, I want to hear your side. What am I doing wrong in your eyes?
Come close to me, motherfucker.
Hey.
Why? Is that a threat?
You fucking run up on me, motherfucker.
Is that a threat?
Threatening me.
How? I'm just standing here.
You're fucking threatening me, goddammit.
Have I used it?
Oh my god.
Is that camera over here? Yeah. I don't know anything about what's going on
Yo,
there.
you threatening me, man. Why is your face getting so close to my hand, huh?
Oh, that person was screaming.
That person is entirely.
Threatening
I don't know
my
how to
fist.
use this. Can you close the stream?
Just drop it.
I don't have to.
Oh.
I'm not going after you. I did.
Somebody got spit on. That's disgusting.
I don't know who this is.
Actually, we have had a wonderful conversation, that person and I, on a night that there were like equal numbers of rednecks and right-wingers and leftists and Antifa downtown, Black Lives Matter. We had a great conversation, and that's how I first met them.
Let me shut that kid up. Hang
The
on.
next night, I was down because there had been some vandalism, and I was down, and I was doing this. I wasn't, yelling out or calling people names or doxing people. And that person came and tried to block my view of somebody coming up and spraying a guy in the eyes so they could knock him down and stomp him. And I said, please don't block me. I'm probably your best defense if
This is
somebody
Bard's
tries
Eye.
to, I'm not going to film you, but I'm probably your best defense, ma'am,
Chris Johnson. Reaching critical
because
mass.
they were blocking the road on 4th Avenue. If somebody
Lift
comes
off.
and tries to
T
run
minus
that line,
5 minutes.
I'm probably going to be the best defense as far as showing the license plate and that there was no aggression, there was no attempt to damage the car. Somebody just barreled through. And we were kind of trying to have a dialogue. And then,
Right, Manic?
boom.
Manique, spitting is a biological attack. At least when this
Cardboard signs
first
and
started, it
umbrellas.
was.
After me, and then two people came right up on me and spray painted the car that we were in. And you were there? Okay. So that was not me looking for trouble or looking to be a rock star. That was me showing what was happening. And in my experience, it was not even bear spray or tear gas. It looked to be an aerosol pollutant, like WD-40 or spray paint. It was not your typical bear spray, wide swath of pepper spray. That to me is not.
What do you
That's
do
not
when you
looking
got a
for
hornet's
social
nest
justice.
or yellow
That's
jackets?
just pure on aggression.
30 feet.
Pardon?
I gotta check.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Try to get you guys this dude.
Okay.
Just that kid.
So things are getting a little bit testy here, a little bit scary. We've got some flashbangs going on inside the hotel. I've got somebody trying to dox me, and I'm kind of undoxable because I run around saying this is the David Ross show. So if you want to fucking find me, I'm not that tough to find. A woman alleging harassment, and it's just insane.
Get David Ross. Top right.
That to me looks like pure narcissistic drama. I don't see any social justice aspect there at all.
Posh.
You know, just
At least to my understanding, I think it was a little fight broke out in the crowd. At least that's my understanding.
was there a mission or a gunfire?
I know the pepper balls, I think.
Okay, they were just trying to quell those people.
But my assumption, and my understanding is that there was a fight happening in the crowd.
Well, they're not the most ruly crowd, so I certainly stay safe, partner.
He's going in security for the news.
Right, I could use a little bit of that as well.
I had to pull back. I had some people bothering me. I didn't want to have to protect
That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That looks good. If you guys prefer any one stream to the other, let me know.
I mean, when people say
Kind of moving out and about.
you're harming people, that's I take that personally because that's an absolute lie. It's utter bullshit. And that woman spews utter bullshit constantly, throws insults and attacks like candy in a parade, and expects him just to stick because she makes those allegations. Completely unfounded.
on the scene down the road.
No right representation of privacy in our country.
Try and get us a multi.
And any kind of pushback
Gonna do that.
makes you some kind of fascist, makes you
I'm going to go
some kind
get
of
my
racist or white supremacist. If you watch any of my live streams, you probably heard me joke that I've got more black brothers and sisters in my family than in all of Olympia.
Audio is
And
coming
it's a
from
joke
the top
because it's
right.
not true.
Bard's
but
Eye
it's-
isn't speaking, so
It's pretty darn close. We've got a pretty small community of color in our
stick with that.
city. And I've got 3 black brothers and sisters from a house of 9 unwanted adopted kids.
Yeah,
of
Linda showed it.
all
Yep.
different. I always say
Turn
it's
off
4
the
white,
cable
3
Wi-Fi,
black,
water. It's
2 Asian.
still safe, just not.
If you want to call me a
comfortable,
racist or white supremacist, you can just fuck off.
getting wet.
but- Trigger.
And if your way of advancing your political values or your political agenda is to try to hurt people or
Is Billy
threaten them
Spiro in the house?
or use force,
Is that what I
you
just
can
heard?
also fuck off. The definition, that's the definition of terrorism. And if you want a little editorial tonight, I'm damn happy to see a response that, yeah, we do need shelters for homeless people.
Amen, Nick Daniels.
We absolutely do. If we could just open a big freaking gymnasium for 6 months and say, here's help.
But the
If
thing
you want
is
take it. If you
a
don't,
lot of times
we got a
at
time limit on how much we can
shelters
help
and
you.
elsewhere,
but to just take over
they
somebody and make people feel
encourage
unsafe
they will
and to
stipulate
impose your
that
will
you
by
have to
force
get a
and
primary
violence
care physician,
on innocent bystanders,
go for a psych
Fuck
eval,
you.
get substance abuse assistance, that type of thing. So many of them having substance abuse issues, they won't go to city-funded housing if there might be it, or block housing because of that. Let's get this kid in the top left out of here. He's not really talking. Looks like Bard's Eye might be leaving.
We are so proud
Situation
of you.
in which
You are loved.
Olympia Housing now is
looks
housing
as
homeless
if Olympia
people in
Fire
this
is on
hotel.
the way, so I'm not sure
Trying to break in,
what the nature of that
evict the homeless
skirmish
people.
was, or if there was
They're fucking bastards.
a paintball round discharge. Hopefully there was nothing more
Top left
more serious than that.
has all the racket coming from it.
How do you spell Nazi? O-P-D.
By the way, the woman that was trying to attack me and claim that she had a
convoy
restraining
is coming from
order,
the top
which
right.
is another load of horse
Oh,
shit.
look, we got a Nazi in a window.
You cannot get a restraining order or do anything for somebody coming down and filming public. That's called public domain. You have no right or expectation of privacy in our country. If you're standing out on the street, anybody can film or photograph. They can't use it for advertising purposes, but you bet they can do it for news purposes. They can film you. If you don't want
Eric, good to see you,
that,
brother.
then don't be here or don't stand in front
So
of somebody's
where's the
camera.
hotel? How many are inside?
All right.
Lori Stewart, just tap the screen. And
That
in
woman
the
claims to
description,
represent BIPOC community,
you will see all of that info.
Black, Indigenous people
And
of color,
normally, if you look in the top left-hand corner
and be
of
some
every
kind of civil
screen,
rights activist. When in
you'll
fact,
see the location as well. I know it's tough on
she was the getaway driver
mobile
for
devices,
somebody
but
threatening people
gotta
at Trader Joe's with
that's
pepper
big enough.
spray.
You'll see that
One
there.
of the gentlemen that I know was trying
During
to
a
get into Trader
pandemic.
Joe's, and somebody literally was menacing and threatening people with pepper spray. That woman drove the getaway car, was caught at the local mall,
There was a skirmish of some kind of
But
thing.
this is Olympia,
Capitol Mall,
Washington.
arrested, resisted arrest, and when they found her contents of her car as they
kind
arrested her,
people are
they found
around.
evidence that she was
Someone
part
picked
of
up
the,
my phone, which is
the
super
utter
nice of
destruction on
them.
the 4th of July of our city. The smashing of 13 massive
Definitely
window panes of downtown Olympia's City Hall, and a myriad of other, so many windows smashed at Starbucks that they just finally freaking closed up and left town.
If you dare, you can go up and.
But somehow she's helping civil rights. Kiss my ass.
Absolutely, Pam. Wait. Homelessness is a very complicated issue. Yep. People screaming at cops is absolutely not going to help. Amen to that.
Okay, guys.
That's correct.
Got my umbrella. Try to dry the lens a little.
Wow,
I'm not going to give her the dignity of identifying her, but she's come out as the leader of some made-up coalition called Blast.
T-Lo, you got half a Mountain Dew left.
Saying,
Wild night,
oh, we
my
just need
man.
to end all
Wild
rent.
night.
That's the solution. End all rent.
Sparkling water. Cheers to you, man.
Gimme, 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 and end all rent. Back to the story at hand. We don't see any more obvious sweeping of the rooms by law enforcement flashlights, at least up near the windows. Well, I take it back. As I say that, on the far right, second, third floor, looks like we've just seen the same thing continuing. And it looks like we've got...
Yep.
Oli Fire has responded.
That would be a blue
I'm
Eric,
not
you
sure
in here?
what the issue is.
Blue Slurpee
Somebody was
is exactly
injured
what this blue raspberry fizz
or having a medical
yogurt
event.
tastes like. Spot on.
We've heard a couple of loud bangs as if flashbangs were deployed. Flashbang type sounds.
D, Gogurt does not freeze well. You are indeed
If you're
correct.
just joining
but
us,
if
we
you
are in
can get that
downtown Olympia,
temperature
Washington,
correct,
at the Red Line
okay,
on Capitol
we are
Boulevard,
talking
about a quarter
about a
mile
fine
north
line
of the State Capitol Dome,
and a
where
delicacy
a
there.
housing protest
like a
took place
slush.
behind me here at Sylvester Park, which is
They
owned by
say
the
if you
state of
take,
Washington
you
and
know,
part
the
of the Capitol campus.
Starbucks
It is
Frappuccino or
patrolled and
cappuccinos,
maintained by the state.
if
The
you
state
freeze
patrol
those just right, like keep them in the
handles the law
freezer,
enforcement
just
primarily for
prior to
that.
like them freezing solid,
And at about
they'll
11 o'clock
like
this morning,
slush
there
up
was
and
a
shake it.
protest for
Something to do with the glass bottle and
homeless rights and services.
their mixture.
Some of the protesters went across the street to the Red Line Inn and
That
occupied the
streamer,
building, took over the lobby and the front
see.
desk. There was a report of possible
Alice,
brandishing of a
that
knife.
live streamer.
Sometime
I'm like
at that point, there was also a
I'm
report
like
that the staff didn't
other
feel safe
streamers that don't give people
coming and going,
names. He's in
maybe
the top
sheltering in
right.
place.
His
And
name
then
is
the police did
David
respond.
Ross
Checked
Show.
out the scene at about noon or 1 o'clock. And then
David
last,
Ross Show.
Our indication
Yeah, I'll
at
come
that
back
point was
over
that there was
here.
no additional
Just come visit me
law
sometime soon.
enforcement
Okay?
response indicated. But about 5 hours later, at about 6 p.m., a massive show of force of Olympia Police Department, Thurston County Sheriff, and the Washington State Patrol responded. We now
T-Lo,
have a
settle down over there. Yeah, sparkling water. I know it, man.
gurney with the Olympia Fire Department rolling into the lobby of the hotel.
I remember the fizzy lifting drinks at Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Look out. Was that Charlie? No, Willy Wonka. Which was the original? Gene Wilder. The Willy Wonka. Whoa, never would have guessed. Whoa, mama. Look at those locks of love. Pantene? What do you girls think? Okay, we got some action. The lobby. Get some audio from Bard's Eye. Let's see if we can get some info.
Cis white man attacking trans women. It's just how it is.
Please feel free to share the stream to your Facebook, to your page, to your group, to your friends that might be interested in what's going on.
And to your point before,
We
I think
don't
that
have
was, who was that?
Any feedback yet about exactly what has transpired inside the building? As I
Oh,
said
Brian.
earlier, there is a sort of a strike.
Sorry to everybody else, but I just want to give Brian a shout out. Welcome to my page, brother. This is my podcast and channel. And when you have 8,000 followers to communicate with, you can go ahead and type on a keyboard yourself. But when I'm sitting here with my laptop and I've got you over there and it's my setup, my stream, no. I would recommend not biting the hand that feeds you if you enjoy the volume and not hearing me talk. I'm kind enough to put the streamer's name up there for you to leave if you would like to. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to go. Dude. My apologies to everyone else. As if there's breaking news we're going to miss with this standoff that's been going on for 4 hours. Holy cow, talks too much. Go talk to yourself, bro. Nobody's listening to you. Lord Almighty. See, there's another one, Jeffrey Burke. Turn your volume down. See, if you say please, you're much more inclined to get a positive outcome and response from others in life, especially when they're doing something for you, you see? So I very much appreciate feedback, especially with audio. You see? But when people just start demanding things as if I'm a dog, that's when it's not going to bode well for you.
Staying pretty steady, pretty consistent size of about 25 people from what we can see.
Just amazing. Thank you, Jenna. Appreciate you telling me my volume's perfect.
With kind of tense surroundings.
If other people were streamers, they would learn that each streamer out there has a different microphone and setup.
So,
which means on the fly you have to adjust
any comments
their
or questions
volume
that you might
as
be able
well
to
as
help
my mic.
with an answer that you're sure of, please feel free to chime in. Basic details. This started at about 6 p.m. A massive police response to an occupation of the Red Lion Hotel in downtown Olympia
Smith,
that
you
had
only
started
get
at
to
11
listen
a.m.
to
this
my right-leaning
morning
perspective. Then
after
please click on my
sort of
page
a ad hoc
and go see
Olympia
every BLM
Housing
protest,
Now
which is
group,
the 99%.
what they call themselves, released
the
a press release
99%
about
of coverage
occupying
on
the
my page.
hotel, the Red Lion.
Yeah, no, you didn't do that,
the
did you?
lobby and taking over the front desk.
No, I bet you
But
didn't.
they had also purchased rooms for 33 people last night, and that those people would not be leaving.
You only get
and
to
we're
listen
sort of
to my
going to stay in
right-leaning
place under the
perspective.
governor's
It's actually really hilarious because you'll learn when your life
moratorium on
and
evictions.
your health is compromised one day. But
They,
when that
were
happens,
mistaken
you don't
in
have
that.
the strength for the
I
bullshit
don't believe that
and negativity that's
is
included with
covered,
politics.
obviously.
So don't call me a
They
right or
emulated
left.
the
I'm an individual. My name's
same
Tom.
exact
You can address me by that.
MO about 3 weeks ago of the Tacoma Housing Now operation at the
good to see you,
Travel
brother.
Lodge in Fife, Washington, about 40 miles north of here. Unlike in Fife, where they occupied for at least a week, about 5 hours after their first response to this location,
you're right,
Olympia
T-Lo.
Police
Yeah, no,
returned
you're right, guys. I
with
should just mute them right off the bat.
coordinated forces from the Washington State Patrol and the Thurston County Sheriff and the SWAT team, and
Because it's not fair to you,
swarmed the
you know?
downtown area, surrounded the building, and swarmed the inside and started going floor by floor, room by room, and
Thank
it's
you,
not
Ms.
quite
Carr.
clear
I appreciate
who they are
you.
arresting, if they are arresting the homeless occupants of rooms, or if they're just ejecting those folks, or if they even are ejecting those folks. But they are arresting some folks, and we're not sure if those are the room occupants or the protesters occupying the hotel representing Olympia Housing Now.
You guys haven't even given me a fucking chance yet! What the fucking chance?
Mental health. You need like to get wellness, and like we saw them like sweeping rooms. So I'm pretty sure they probably just hurt people. Like if earlier I got footage of them like.
If somebody in the room.
What about you, 754? You have a reason for pointing.
What a
Earlier,
difference
I saw
between the
video-
two streams
not saw
there.
video. I got footage of them like.
Appreciate you, Jack.
Like,
Good to see you as well, brother.
Like,
I know
Bit of
it's funny,
it.
Sergeant!
But I feel like
I know it's real fucking funny, Sergeant! Turn your back to me, Sergeant!
I thought they only
Appreciate
turn
you,
their
Mr.
backs
Robert.
when it's a bunch of chuds with guns.
But I try to be certain.
Because they trust them so much.
Walk the fine line of neutrality.
Feel safe. Other fucking Nazis.
What you're gonna the fucking lawyer, you piece of
It's
shit.
just so funny because people reach out to me with all different political
Anyone from
left,
Local
right, up,
SPN,
down,
my name
as
is
I say.
Rose.
Anybody is
Pass
welcome
_
here.
pass.
Left, right, up, down,
Share the
flippy
stream,
speaking.
follow.
I don't care. All that I ask is that you respectfully
that
agree to
would be
disagree
very
with
much
anybody else who
appreciated.
might not agree with you.
There are
That's it.
donations in the
Simple.
channels if you want to help me get on your
Pre-K.
phone after this chud just fucking attacked me. Apparently he pulled a knife on me, which I didn't even see, but the cops came over
But why I
trying to
say
like, ask
that
me
is
questions
because
about,
I've spoken
about the guy
and
who pulled the
mediated
knife on me, and I was like,
for
I didn't
people
even know.
who were
Obviously, I didn't
BLM
talk to- because I don't
affiliated
talk to cops,
with
even if
people
chuds
who were
attack me,
hard
but,
right conservative and everybody in
I'm on
between,
Twitch.
including the libertarians.
POS _ pass. Like POSS _ PASS.
Tarina.
You should probably just go to the Appropriations Committee and cut your fucking budgets right now because you guys are fucking...
Your patience will liberate your lives.
Who have presented no fucking tangible threat to you! And you're fucking laughing about it, so go fuck yourself! Yeah, go fuck yourself! Give me access to my client now! Tell me what the fucking charge is, you piece of shit!
What's your name?
Chanting or screaming, I've got like an incredibly like I have like some kind of like ears / throat. It's like inner body. It's just annoying. On like a virus or a disease or something.
Alright.
Imagine
Let's get audio back from this
the cops
dude.
be there right
I
now. Yeah,
also
I think
have the multi up as well. A sec. Let's get the audio
Whoa.
on.
Big guns.
This budget would have covered this hotel for the entire camp down there for a week.
That's what I'm saying. I think the cops might have picked up the guy who attacked me. Because I saw them rolling out, and then that guy came to ask me questions.
Stand up and fight this!
As far as I understand, SWAT.
I don't believe that the crew of medics or firefighters responding.
I didn't get it on stream because he like
The
smashed my
gurney.
phone out of my hand, but
I don't believe
when
they
he was
have
like
left,
attacking me, they like pepperballed him, and then
the building yet.
It's
Well,
this dude's audio.
Take it back. There is another, basically, part two. Same crew of firefighters of about a dozen and a gurney entering the building.
Sevi was up in Seattle today for 30 minutes on Twitch. That's how long their march was. You guys think we'll see more caravans with the colder temperatures compared to marches and protests now that it's the winter time?
What was that? I checked mine. There's a lot of cars over there, though, and some of them are like Portland zip cars.
Oh, great.
There's a van full of people over there, a white van. So yeah, a bunch of black sedans over there, and at least one Portland zip car.
Black sedans meaning law enforcement or meaning rentals?
I don't know. I think rentals.
Get this up. His audio is currently low, but that's just the way it is. Let me check out Bard's Eye. See what his shot looks like.
It's not clear whether we're actually going to be able to talk to a public information officer on site. I think they gave a number to call someone, but I don't know if they have someone on site who can give us a brief synopsis of what's transpired inside, numbers of folks and conditions of people, both medically, criminally, and of course the employees and other guests, and what their intervention was, if they are leaving the.
They're definitely not going to be marching the
guests
next few days, bro.
Bought rooms by Olympia Housing now, if they're leaving them in place, if they're arresting them, if they're simply asking them to leave. That's all sort of
next couple
conjecture
days
at this point.
They are definitely not going to be marching. They isn't anybody.
If you have anyone that would be interested in knowing what's going on in the Northwest as far as protests,
get you some volume with Bard's Eye.
Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Helps us get the word out.
See if we can get some details here. It's low. It's far away, but I'm going to try it. Up it.
Again, because we're kind of unaware, we can't monitor the chat and the stream.
Oh, it's that dude who we just came from.
So as the description says, this is the Governor Hotel downtown, owned by the Red Lion now. Olympia Housing now. Put some homeless people in it earlier, and it had some security. WSP and the Joint Task Force with Ollie PD decided to clear them out. There's been some concussion or flashbangs gone off inside the building a while back. I think they've completed their sweeps. I'm not sure what they're doing hanging around now, maybe clearing the building. I know that we got Olympia Fire down here. There was some minor scuffles in the crowd, I guess with each other. I'm not sure who.
We saw that.
There was some pepper balls deployed. Right now, it's just kind of a lazy standoff. People coming and going. I'm seeing some activity. I'm definitely seeing people that are coming in from out of town. Saw some Portland plates, some Portland zip cars, some vans. Not sure what's going on.
Oh, goodness, Brandy, I know who you're talking about. I just saw the first name Dustin. And there's a certain dude, play Where's Waldo. Lori Stewart, thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate you. Nothing really too crazy or imperative tonight, but like I said, it's been a slow week, and I definitely wanted to get you guys and girls a stream. I think of you often. Including the boring streams no one ever sees, that nothing ever comes of. Try to spare you from those. As well as my mods, who actually are a big help too. They'll, you know what I mean? If they get a notification before I to try to give me a head start, they'll comment it. But today was just a day of debacles, hardware, software related. There's been quite the protesting going on overseas. Marie, Scott, good to see you, by the way, brother. What was it today? It was Vienna, and it was Lebanon. Oh, thank you for hanging out, Cher. Vienna and Lebanon. Thank you, Marie. Oh, thank you, Miss Pam. Appreciate you. That's right. If anybody deems the quality of content and coverage worthy of a donation being 100% viewer funded, I do have my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo affixed, pinned in the comment sections. But regardless, just want to thank everybody for hanging out and sharing the night. Always a good time. Let's get some audio from the other dude. But more or less, much of what we've seen now for the past couple of hours.
And 8 months later, still has yet to have any kind of slap on the wrist. Some of that is attributable to coronavirus and clogging of the prosecution of the courts, and some of it is clearly volitional on the part of local prosecutors.
I've been struggling to keep my sister out of being homeless here. Right now I've got her, she's in a telecare facility. She was
Audio coming from the bottom left here.
I think that's Salazar from CI. What's her name? Probably her security.
Bird's eye looking directly to the right of the bottom left.
Again,
Tarina,
because we're kind of on alert and can't monitor the chat and the stream,
anybody needs
please
help
feel
with the
free to
VA,
respond to folks asking
to reach
questions or
just get in contact.
wondering what's going on. This is in downtown Olympia at the Red Lion Hotel, formerly known as the Governor House or the Governor Hotel.
Hey, Cher.
Historically, it's been where a lot of politicians, legislators, staff, and lobbyists stay during the legislative session. This year, that's not the case, primarily because the majority, the overwhelming majority of legislative session is taking place virtually over Zoom and similar formats. So at about 11 o'clock this morning, in the park behind us, which is Sylvester Park, which is part of the state capitol campus, managed by Department of Enterprise Services of the state of Washington and patrolled by the Washington State Patrol, there was a housing protest for homeless people that then spilled over, and folks decided to occupy the lobby and front desk of the hotel, and had put 33 people up in rooms on Saturday night, last night, who then said they were not going to leave. They were going to keep them there, and couldn't evict them because of the governor's moratorium on evictions.
I don't know who else is here, but I know that Dave Ross shows streaming. He generally
Unless
commentary.
a series of demands were made. I believe the 4 demands were getting federal FEMA money to spend on motel vouchers to put all the homeless people in the community up in hotels, ending all sweeps of homeless encampments during the coronavirus pandemic, increasing impact fees on the part of developers in the downtown urban core to help pay for more services, and I think the final one was mandating
That's right, Joe.
Sanitation and support services
Easier
to
than
the
dealing,
encampments, things like
with Facebook
trash
and the whole getting
pickup
notified. I
and
have a lot of people, in particular on that
sanitation,
platform, that tell me they don't
porta
get
potties
notified.
or
If anybody
soap,
wants to
hand
go
soap
ahead
stations,
and
things like
get
that,
notified when I
that
do
the
go
city
live,
has done to a
varies
couple of
from daily
locations.
to weekly, depending upon when I
Laundry, I
can
think,
and when
might have also been one of
protests come.
the requests.
But if you type in the command exclamation point
And that was those
notify
requests or
on Facebook,
demands were
you
to
can join us
the
in the
city
awesome
and the county,
community
because
that we
some of
have
those
here that
go
formulates our chat.
across different boundaries.
There's also a group that we have.
In any case,
Facebook.
when they stormed
Anybody
or I
across
don't want to say
YouTube,
stormed,
Twitch,
inflammatory, but when they
as well as
occupied
Facebook itself is more than welcome
the lobby
to join
and
there.
the front desk of the Red Line, the initial report said that there may have been a knife brandished. Law enforcement
Thank you so much,
responded.
Mr. Stewart. Appreciate
they
you.
apparently left and under the impression that things were there was going to be no intervention, at least. There were initial reports that the staff was possibly not able to leave or not able to enter, not sure, and we're sheltering in place. We're not sure about the status of the other hotel guests, whether that was the case for them as well. But in any case, the police responded at about 1 p.m. and then left without really any intervention. We're not sure if there was anything that came out of the reported brandishing of a knife, or if anybody was arrested. We didn't get a report of any. And then things seemed to be calm until about 6 p.m. The massive show of force of about 100 officers comprising Olympia Police Department, Thurston County Sheriff's Office, and the Washington State Patrol all came to surround the Red Lion, and an entry team of about 20, what I believe was Thurston County SWAT, entered, and then police proceeded to go floor by floor, room by room.
He's very articulate.
Looks like they arrested about a dozen people total. We haven't gotten any public information officers confirmation of any of this, just sort of from observation. The Olympia Fire Department has responded with
Randy,
2 groups of firefighters and 2 gurneys.
Give or take 6
hours. I don't think we've seen anybody come out on either one, so not sure of the reason for that. If there's a medical event or an injury.
Going back to 7 would be 4
and
p.m. Yeah, most places
anybody who
checkout
was involved
is between like 11 and 2. Generally 2
the size of the crowd
in the
has
afternoon might be
diminished
the latest,
a little bit from maybe 25 to 20. The
so after a few hours,
squad
them
here
not
holding
moving, or a
things
couple
down on the
hours, them
street
not moving, yeah, that would
has
make sense.
shrunk a little
About
bit.
5 to 6 hours.
I believe that's mainly because there's about 30 officers inside the building in the lobby of Olympia Police and Thurston County Sheriff. I don't know whether there are any Washington State Patrol in
Right, Denise? Exactly.
Inside the building.
Though part of the problem with them, doing mass arrests like in Russia is the fact that we have the highest incarceration rate of any country in the world.
Again, we're not able to monitor
68
the
days.
Chat, the
Heck yeah, Nikki.
Comment section at this point, with kind of being on alert. So if you have anything you'd like to add or answer any questions, in regard
Scott,
to
jealous of Virginia.
anybody asking them on the
no
on
snow
the
down there, eh?
comment section, please feel free to
I thought most of the East Coast was getting
answer anything that you know definitively that we've confirmed. Please keep the comments respectful as much as possible, and if you're going to engage in debate,
amen,
try to be civil. I can tell you none of this has anything to do with Joe Biden. None of this has anything to do with Donald Trump.
No, simpler than that.
None of this really has anything to do with Ronald Reagan, who often gets lambasted for the deinstitutionalization explanation for homelessness, which was valid. I worked in psychiatric social work for about 10 years and was our county's homeless outreach case manager for about 5 of those, working with homeless, mentally ill, substance abusing individuals, helping to get them benefits in housing, helping to get them out of the criminal justice system and into support services. And
Might have another stream out of Twitch.
The deinstitutionalization wave that took place in the late 70s and early 80s absolutely was devastating and sort of created.
Hang on 1 sec. Oh, bloody hell. Please don't crash.
A lot of the homeless population initially. In addition,
you guys want to put up some tape or something?
Oh my God, this kid. Never mind. This is
that
be
was so long ago.
So the picnic table's where I need to go now?
Okay. Mentally ill.
So I just the picnic table is over there. Yeah.
Olympia as well.
The line is, I guess, not the flare.
Where's this?
It's depressing.
Be heading back to the other one here momentarily. When he resolves, bring his audio back.
Fact. What's really contributing
there's someone
to a lot of this is
the area that
a massive problem with addiction and drugs that are infinitely more powerful and permanently damaging than they were in the 70s and 80s. In addition to a dramatically shifting economy where people cannot go
legalize,
sell their labor for a living wage. You can't go work at the mill and make enough to rent a house or rent an apartment.
For sure.
You can't go
I think I
work
saw winds 40 to 50 mile an hour.
pick and brush
as
or
well.
doing heavy manual labor. Tremendous number of those jobs are gone from our economy, and we have a sector that has kind of been passed by. In addition, our mental health system is pathetic. We let people decide what's going to be best for them with a diseased organ. If your brain is psychotic, the last thing you should be doing is deciding your best course of action while you're psychotic. And we call that civil rights in our society and kind of pat ourselves on the back for it. In my experience, it's pathetic. It's anything but compassionate. It's anything but honoring someone's humanity or civil rights.
Oh, I forgot about multi.
And anytime you divorce somebody's rights and privileges and responsibilities from the consequences of those actions, you set your whole system up for trouble.
Looking at Bart,
and if we allow people to make their own decisions, and even if those decisions are crazy, but then we let them off the hook for the consequences of those decisions, it's for disaster. We've seen some efforts in recent years to sort of throw the book at people or involuntary detention. Unfortunately, that is necessary in some cases. But unfortunately, there just are not enough
got a lull here.
Beds in an entire city to cover
Wednesday,
the
Thursday,
human carnage
Friday
from the
of this week. I had early morning IRL responsibilities and appointments in real life.
And fentanyl.
And with Portland being the only thing going on, at least that I saw throughout the
epidemic.
week, that I could get live for by the time it was
And
gone.
if you listen to so-called advocates and allies,
Eastern,
they say we need just more money, more money, more money,
3 or 6 in the
more
morning
services, more services,
and
more
go
services.
to a 10 a.m. appointment. I couldn't do it.
It's
So,
one of the most ignorant and
thankfully, I
privileged
got
perspectives
28
that you
days,
can come up with. Yeah, we do need more
I don't have to pencil
places to
anybody
live. If somebody gets
or pencil a street in.
$730 a month for Social Security because they're schizophrenic, where are they going to live? Where are they going to rent that?
Happy to be with you.
And pay utilities and get groceries? Tough luck. We have thousands of people in that predicament who simply cannot go rent an apartment because of credit, because of low income, because of not being able to afford something on what their disability with their mental illness allows them. On the other hand, thinking that just having more services and more mental health workers like what I used to do, that they're somehow going to come down and talk to somebody and do crisis intervention with someone that has permanently fried their brain with meth so that they're experiencing permanent psychosis that's even sometimes resistant
Isn't
to
psychosis by
antipsychotics that would work on a
definition
schizophrenic, but when it's
sound mind?
organic
For
brain damage,
that the
drug
potential
induced,
for sound mind is
might
there.
even be resistant. That person, there's
Like
no miracle cure, there's no
psychosis,
miracle
like-
counselor, there's no miracle pharmacological intervention. You're not going to swoop in and unscrew that person's top of their head and pour in a reasonable, rational brain. You're going to have somebody that is permanently disabled, permanently affected, permanently cognitively impaired. And we just aren't set up in our country to deal with that. We don't have a place for them. We don't have a place to mandate that they go. We don't have a place to try to keep them. So we let them go where they want to and call it freedom, call it civil rights, call it honoring their free will. And if somebody wants to sleep under a bridge because they think that the buses are exuding poison gas and trying to kill them, or they think the wiring in their apartment was full of CIA bugs, so they ripped the wall apart, they're evicted, and now they're on the street. Apparently, a lot of advocates and allies say that that's honoring someone's free will and humanity and dignity. I think in my experience working in crisis intervention, working in case management, working in outreach, that's ridiculous. If I put my child under a freeway overpass and left them there and said, fend for yourself, it wouldn't be too long before the cops, CPS, who knows, would be called. I'd probably be arrested for child abuse, reckless endangerment, something, abandonment.
Tarina.
Because that's
coke, meth,
unethical
anything,
and illegal.
that messes with.
But yet we put people with a lot less functional capacity than my child under,
dopamine
let them live in the forest, let them live
receptors
in a ravine,
and
let them
cause
live under a
permanent,
bridge. And
neurochemistry imbalance.
that's just fine.
In the brain.
And they might only have half the functional capacity, ability to survive than my child would.
So there is
But for some reason, because they're over 18, for some reason, because they're an adult, leaving them there to fend for their survival and their well-being against their addictions or mental illnesses or both, call that compassion. That's a crock in my estimation, in my experience. So that's a soapbox for tonight.
And this is
Tune in tomorrow.
Seattle Protest Network,
Hopefully we
by
won't
the
be
way.
live streaming tomorrow.
Stand myself in the middle. Since this dude is behind us.
I would love your money. I would love tons of money. I could use it. But if you can spare any money, go look up the Olympia Union Gospel Mission and send them a big fat check. They do good work. Send the Salvation Army a big fat check. They do good work.
Good man.
Even if it's not the Olympian Union Gospel Mission, if it's the Union Gospel Mission and you're watching from Minnesota, or if it's the Salvation Army global or nationwide, unfortunately, I don't know if Salvation Army or Union Gospel Mission have all these newfangled Venmo and Cash App and PayPal, and
Catch you in a minute,
Facebook
T-Lo.
Pay or whatever, Apple Pay. But give to a shelter that's actually doing good work. Don't give to people that are on the street, that are looking for cash. Despite what the narrative is, there are not people dying on the street from starvation. We've got obese homeless people left and right. People are dying on the street from drugs. They're dying on the street from violence. They're dying on the street from untreated medical conditions, but not starvation. Do you guys happen to know who the camo officers are? Is that SWAT? There's the guys that were in camo suits.
I saw some in green, not camo.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's next Thurston County.
Yeah, I was going to say County Sheriff's Department. Generally
And those
speaking.
are the only jurisdictions to your knowledge?
That's all I've been told about, but we were called and said, hey, get here, this is what you're going to be.
They would be supplemented by county and then state patrol.
Thank you. Again, if you're just joining us, we're in downtown Olympia, Washington at the Red Lion Hotel that had been occupied by a group calling themselves Olympia Housing Now. They started 11 a.m. at the Sylvester Park across the street, across Capitol Boulevard, which is the main street through downtown Olympia, about a quarter mile away from the actual Capitol Dome, which is about a quarter mile south of here. And at 11 a.m. they had a rally for homeless rights, and then went across the street to the Red Lion Inn, which used to be called the Governor's Inn or the Governor House Hotel. Occupied the lobby, occupied the front desk. There were reports of a knife brandished. Reports staff had sheltered in place.
Hey,
Not
Sherry,
sure whether
nice
they
to
could
see
come
you.
and go freely or guests could come and go freely, so Olympia police responded.
Eric,
And
how you
apparently
been faring
upon
with the
checking
storm coming in, brother?
at about 1 p.m. they left.
This
Not
nor'easter.
sure whether they did any kind of intervention as far as arrests or whether the knife report was valid, but things were sort of quiet, at least appeared to be quiet. We've had a report that Red Lion was requesting police response all throughout the day. That took place at about 6 p.m. when a massive force of Olympia Police, Thurston County Sheriff, and Washington State Patrol all converged on the hotel, surrounded it, kind of set up a perimeter of police and riot gear, and then a team of about 20 folks in green, what looked like military type fatigues.
Who said that?
Were the
About
entry
the warrant?
team and went floor by floor, room by room. We've not gotten a report from the public
A warrant
information
isn't
source with the police
required,
whether
because that hotel
looked like
is
about a dozen
considered
people were
private
arrested and whether they
property,
were
so
the protesters,
at the,
whether they were the room
property owner's
occupants or both.
request, anybody can be trespassed from
and
that area.
what the disposition is on the 33 people who had been staying here at the behest of Olympia Housing Now. They bought a night of
But again, if
housing
they
for
had
33 people
established
or a night of
residency,
motel stay, and
which in
then
my state is 2
basically
weeks,
issued a
14
press
days,
release that said we're not going to vacate
then they would
the
have
hotel
needed a
until
warrant.
a series of
But
demands
the
are met.
sheriff's department would have
The
served
4
that.
that I think I have
And
clear
it wouldn't
from
have
the
been a
press
warrant.
release
It would have been a notice to
put
evict.
out by Olympia
They would
Housing
have
Now,
had
where
72
that
hours,
to
and then if
raise
they didn't, they could
impact
be
fees on
removed.
developers in downtown Olympia, to stop
after
sweeps
a
of
judge's
encampments in
order,
Olympia,
court order.
to provide support services to encampments in Olympia, things like laundry and porta potties
You
and
got it,
trash
Matty.
service.
Appreciate your appreciation,
sanitation,
brother.
hand washing stations, things like that. And then the 4th was
Same for you,
to
Mr. Denise.
access federal FEMA funds to put people up with hotel vouchers for the homeless community during the coronavirus epidemic. when the police response started, they began arresting about 6 people that were in the lobby that looked to be sort of the occupiers, the protesters. And then as they went room by room, there were a few, what looked like was a fire of smoke billowing out of the top vents of the hotel.
Info Pig.
I can't tell if that's.
I bet you he's hanging out at their
continuing.
precinct
Yeah, it is.
in Olympia. That's what that parking garage is, if I had to guess.
And actually, I'm just, it's too dark. There was a
He
light
likes
on it
to cop
earlier.
watch, that whole type of
So not
deal.
sure if that is what that is. If somebody has like burned a mattress or a cushion.
Val, good to see you, girl. Long time no see.
The fire alarm went off. They did not evacuate the building, and the fire department did not respond, at least in terms of a fire. We have had Olympia Olympia Fire Department respond with 2 crews of about a dozen each, firefighters, each crew of about a dozen firefighters and a gurney, and no reports yet or no visual on what the problem was with the need for medical attention.
Got Primetime Patriot, Seattle, Washington.
Please feel free to share the
that
stream.
just started up. Give me a second, I'll have
in
it up.
groups, on pages, to friends, invite.
If it's
There's
live.
not a whole lot of activity going on right now. There's still a protest group of about 15 on the sidewalk. And
that should be YouTube.
The police force is,
Twitch.
Looks like it's shrunk somewhat. Some of the protesters have moved over to the gazebo as they start to line up. We're just going to be ready to vacate the premises as the police do, just to keep everything safe and copacetic.
Thank you, Marie.
These police are heading back to Washington State Patrol units.
Where are you located?
Pardon?
You heading this way too?
Yeah, I'm heading out. Not quite sure what the overall game plan is here. They're going to keep a small contingent force in the area. But we're going to sign off for now. Stay safe.
Primetime Patriot, I'm not too sure what he's up to. Hang on, I got several streams here. Let me take you to pay. We're going to swap to Seattle briefly. That just came online. Let me bring you there. Let me get you around this. Oh, bloody hell, Twitch. You bugger. Alright, let's steal Bard's Eye. Paste. Give me a sec while that's playing. This is from Seattle. It just came up. Not sure what's going down with it. Alright, Bard's Eye is no longer recording. That stream is no longer live. Let me get you guys visual and audio.
So hopefully that'll end those guys' attitudes with me over there. Sorry for that, guys. I just had to call him out. I'm just tired of that kid just thinking he's a big old bully. But he's like 19 years old and maybe 5'5", and
so this is not Seattle.
The least
he is
intimidating
actually
person I've
there.
ever witnessed in my life. You good, dude?
Yeah, I just ended my stream, but I just wanted to say clearly, Primetime Patriot viewers and my viewers who are probably spectating, Primetime Patriot is not threatening me
I appreciate
right
that.
now. We're doing great.
If I was out here earlier, I would have stopped that, dude. Trust me.
Thank you, good shit. He got marked, and then the cops were like,
They figured out who it was?
stab you. A bunch of bike cops went after him, but no one's
Okay.
actually.
Well. See you later, dude. So this is the only action down here, you guys. There's a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it is, Roger. For sure.
Why don't you go away?
Let me get his name in the top left for you.
I don't go around talking about my time. Bye-bye, Miguel. The offer stands, Miguel. Simeon, the offer stands for you too, you guys.
Oh, you can bob and weave. Good to know.
Hey. Hey, none of that. None of that. None of that.
The
You guys,
rainbow
listen,
umbrella
none of that.
coming out. It's deployed. Shields up.
How's it going?
It's going good. I mean,
Crowbars up.
assaults on camera.
I'm live streaming, so anything's on live, dude. Everybody's on live right here. So.
Smart of them to put the
If you've never heard of
timestamp
this, if you've never heard of
the
this,
top
it's called
left
a
there.
First Amendment protest audit.
I would just prefer that people don't hit each other.
Yeah, I would too. Violence is the most pansy thing you could do out here.
Yeah, I mean,
seriously.
I use my words. People use words.
Yep.
That's what we do.
Terror.
Where did he go? Was he over there? Where'd he go? Just hanging out. Hey, Miguel, what do you think?
Bitch, don't touch her, I'll fuck you up.
Charity, brother. It's for a good cause.
Fuck you up if you lay your
Don't touch her, I'll fuck you up. Let's box. You can put gloves on. It'll be soft.
I will fuck you up. Keep your hands off me. No bullshit. Now you don't.
I didn't.
I'll fuck you up.
I'm not.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I'll spit
I
on
will
you.
fuck
will
your
spit
shit up.
on you. I will literally
Fuck it
Hey,
up.
listen.
Don't
they're
put
not
one
worth
of your
time.
hands
It's not
on
worth
me.
your time. It's not worth, he's trying to bait you.
Dude,
He's trying to bait you right now.
these people are idiots.
I know. They're trying
Idiots.
They're trying to bait you right now.
They're fucking idiots.
Don't
The
take the
police
bait.
are doing their job.
I know. Don't take the bait.
Their fucking job.
Hey,
Go
listen.
ahead, bitch, touch me. No. Do
Hey,
it.
hey.
Fuck your umbrella. My husband will fuck your
Knock it
ass
off,
up,
brother.
bitch.
Hey, you, the guy who said he wasn't about violence. Hey, get out of the.
Let's go.
You fucking hit me with your
No,
umbrella.
You've been the
fucking
one
walked
instigating
into
here,
my
dude.
umbrella, bitch. No, you walked into it.
Hey,
Did
you've
you?
been instigating since I walked up too.
Thank
so
you.
knock it off, both of you guys. It's not worth your time.
It's illegal for you to fucking hit me with your umbrella in the first place.
Exactly. Goes both ways. She starts pursuing him. The whole defending myself thing goes out the window.
What's up?
I realize that you are not on the side of Antifa, but this woman is just coming up and
I just told her not to
threatening
instigate.
people.
Did you see me do
Yeah,
that?
she
So
is.
I'm
I'm
not-
just letting you know that she is. The
Oh, you
one.
guys are all instigating here, so I'm just. I'm
None
here
of
to
us.
film
None
and
of us have
document.
threatened violence. She
That
just started
foil
coming up to
he
people
put around
and
those
telling us
goggles
that we were
She doesn't agree with what you guys are doing. down
because
here.
they're the
I know.
science
And I told her not
goggles
to,
that
but somebody
are
else
tapped
threw.
out
She can come down
so
here.
that they don't fog up.
Somebody else threw an umbrella in her face earlier.
Is
when I
that
walked
what he
up,
really
so she's
did there?
obviously
She
upset.
swung.
The
she did
DIY.
swing for it.
Why?
She
Yeah,
did
that's
swing
duct
But
for
when
it.
I
tape,
came
not
up, all I
tinfoil.
saw was
It's
somebody
duct
swinging an
tape for
umbrella in
that
her face.
reason.
She was pissed off. So that's what I saw. But I think everybody should just back off. No violence necessary out here. Except for Miguel wants to go down one-on-one. Do you not know the story about me and Miguel? Just so you're aware, just so no rumors spread around in your community. I don't know him. I don't know his buddy Simeon either. The only reason I know him is because he doxed me originally online when I was at Olympia protest. Found my social media and then doxed me out there. Then went around calling me like a white supremacist, Nazi, KKK, which I'm none of that. I don't condone any of that kind of activity.
As always, if you guys need quality of
And then he
content
went
coverage
online,
worthy of
doxed me
liking,
multiple
reacting, and
times since then.
sharing,
He just
really
recently
goes
put
a
up
long way
flyer
with
on
the
his
algorithm
Instagram,
of itself.
doxing my addresses for my business, calling me all this, that, and the third. So, you know, he's doing dangerous things trying to get me targeted. And I'm just saying, hey, if you want to talk about this shit, get out there and be all aggressive and try to get people to come on me. Hey, let's do it for charity. Let's box. Let's do something productive. If he really wants to be a big guy and call me a pussy when I'm out here and all this, that, and third, he's got to stop that, stop that kind of conversation. You know, it's not necessary. But if he wants to talk like that, I'll challenge him to the $5 grand. If he wants to do it, I have no problem doing it. But I honestly don't think he really wants to. So there's the backstory. There's Miguel, just a bitch. Why don't you guys go?
Yeah, Janice. I figured last night they were going to get ignored at Portland.
Not for somebody.
Who's a part of this whole
Just get
operation?
left
I know
out
you
in
know
full
people are
grain.
part of it, Alyssa.
Tucker themselves out.
Back the fuck up.
This one.
The guy behind her, that's
With the
Miguel.
mask. That
yeah,
just
that
threw
guy,
shit all over
That's
me.
Miguel right there. So, Miguel, were you throwing shit at her too?
Back the fuck up.
Oh, don't worry.
Back the fuck up.
Don't worry. Alyssa,
Some
go
of
to your
these
Instagram
outfits out
page and
there, I
get another
swear,
post.
man,
Tell people why you guys are out here commandeering a hotel.
they need to be on a catwalk.
Just reporting on it, right, Alyssa? Just reporting.
I feel sorry.
Being a trendsetter ain't
Oh,
easy.
you think
This is bullshit.
I was in Fife on the 29th when they did the same thing in Fife, and that's why I'm out here again. Is because these kids over here
This
think they
is
can
bullshit.
take businesses away from people because
Sad.
they do it under the
Sad.
guise
It
of
is
homeless,
very sad.
saving homeless people. But really, this is somebody's business. What about raising funds? How much money have you guys raised to actually put people in a homeless camp here? How much did you guys actually put forward to pay for the room?
Check in their fucking guests who were in the
Touche.
lobby waiting to check in.
Hey, I watched what happened at 5 too.
If I'm not recording, what am I doing?
What?
You said I'm not recording.
They didn't fucking check in their
Oh,
guests.
you're just an Antifa
They
sympathizer.
didn't fucking check in their guests.
Yeah, you and John. Hey,
I am anti-fascist. What do you mean?
oh, you're a sympathizer. Same thing with all your buddies, like John. You know, you said you don't know who John was, right? But on your Instagram, you got black
Right,
hearts and
Miriam?
liking all his posts and shit. So hey,
Actually, the opposite
it's
of
okay.
what I
John
said.
Sullivan, you don't know him, and you don't
4'11",
like him, but you got him on your Instagram
Bigger
page
than
with
most of the
likes and
dudes
hearts
out
on
there, she says.
his speeches. Yeah, and now John's not Antifa and he's not BLM, right? Just like you, whenever anything comes into your way, you're gonna just claim, I'm not actually associated with them. So are you a part of what's going on here?
I have always claimed to be anti-fascist, so I don't know what you're trying to claim.
That's a joke. You know it's a joke. It's a farce. I could say I'm anti-fascist too, and then I'll go out there and do fascist tactics just like you guys do.
Justin.
Going out there and suppressing people's free speech. Did you watch what
we
happened
have
yesterday in
here
Seattle with your comrades?
Is a failure
Yeah, Miguel.
to communicate.
I'm just curious, that offer, did you want to take me up on that, Miguel, or no? Did you just want to talk?
You make no sense. It's so funny.
Was that a yes? A shrug? I mean, you're on camera, so let everybody know. Is that a yes or a no, Miguel?
What day is National Freedom
Clip
Day,
it.
Pam?
Let's know. Did you want to go after that $5 grand?
Under like.
It's for a donation of your cause, man. It's a good thing. You could do more good out here by getting $5K for your purpose.
Kind of adorable. Actually.
No? Okay. He just likes to call people white supremacists and dox them online, thinking that. Huh, absolutely not. I don't condone any of that bullshit. You know that.
I mean, you wear a MAGA hat. You're a fucking Nazi.
Is that how you correlate Nazis? Is to wearing a MAGA hat? You are
Yeah,
real
Brent.
thick in the skull, dude.
Can't
You are real thick in the
rationalize
skull,
with the
dude.
rational
It's
people,
not even about your vote.
Hi, Alyssa.
It's not about your vote. It's what you want to fucking see in the world.
and you can't help someone
you know
who doesn't
what?
want to
We
be
have
helped.
to do it together.
Yep, I want to see a lot
We
of
have to
positive
fucking do it
change.
together.
I want to see a lot of positive change too.
We have to do it together.
February 1st?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Not by taking people's businesses over.
Thank you, girls.
That's doing it together.
I'm talking to you all.
You were talking to me, but then you turned around and talked to them.
Give a fuck about you.
Oh, but you were just talking to me, so
Yeah, because you got how many people watching right now?
that doesn't matter. I'm just nobody over here.
We have a lot of.
I'm a nobody. I'm a loser. Don't worry about me.
Y'all are important too.
I don't have a job. I don't work. I got no money. My mom makes me bagel bites.
Okay, cool. Good for you. That sounds really.
I got
fun.
Pop-Tarts waiting for me at home. Does your mom too?
She's failing to see the correlation of what he's doing.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really, though.
But don't fucking ask. You
Ah.
want to hear that story? You have
Of
no
course.
idea who I am.
Of course. I don't.
You'll
and I
find
really
out
don't
with
care to
most
know
of
you.
them.
Not assuming anything about you.
They're
except I knew you
vulnerable,
showed up here
and they have underlying
last minute with
traumas
your fucking
that
camera.
go back to their childhood. It's quite sad, actually. BCP was in Portland, and there was actually a kid there who was homeless, staying with the Antifis. What is that, Washington Park there? Over
You
by
guys
the
think there
Justice
could be a better
Center.
way to approach this situation?
Had his ID
We all
stolen.
agree that we got a problem
Said he
with
didn't want
homelessness,
money.
right?
Said that he would work for a job. That he couldn't get a job because he didn't have an ID.
No, I'm not talking about that approach. I'm talking
Went
about
all
the
over
approach
the
of, coming
country,
and commandeering a
helping
hotel.
addicts,
You
giving them
remember what happened in
needles,
Fife a
clean
couple weeks
supplies,
ago?
that type of thing, to
In
help
Fife?
her, you know,
So
all
just to
the
give you guys a little
issues,
backstory, Tacoma Housing Now,
diseases that they face,
which is
because he lost
connected to
either
Rebecca Parson, who's
sister
running for
or his
representative. She
girlfriend,
got together a
who would
group
know
called,
both of his
excuse me,
parents passed
Tacoma
away,
Housing Now.
when he was a
Got
kid.
together with
But
another group. I can't remember what the heck their name was.
That's
but
what
they're also a Tacoma group. Some of the individuals who are out here are also affiliated with that same incident, but on the 29th, they took over on Christmas Eve. They came to a hotel, requested hotels for 16 or 18 rooms. Can't remember the number. It's like 16 or 18 rooms. And they were going to put homeless people in there, right? Great idea. But they, the next day on Christmas Day, they didn't pay their bill anymore. So when it came time to
Roger, you should ask
checking
if they
out
have
at
a
11
hot pot
o'clock,
you could
they
buy
told them they weren't going
on
to
the
check
down
out.
low.
And so they stayed in the hotel
you
for
got
the
that
next
pepperoni
5
and
days
cheese?
without paying for their bill. And the owner of the hotel was telling them, hey man, like I'm going to lose my
You
business
buy it, you
potentially
nuke it.
because of this. My employees aren't going to be able to get paid because of this. Like I need to rent out
7-Eleven's
my
up that
rooms.
way.
Like, you know, and they came in,
You
Tacoma
didn't
Housing
see
Now
anything.
basically was saying, you know, we're going to force the city of Fife or city of Tacoma to pay for this because of, you know, COVID relief. They have funds for
Hey,
housing, right?
Michelle, good to see
But
you.
they came in and commandeered the hotel and then told them, we're going to force you to try to pay for it. Well, that's the wrong approach in my opinion. You should be approaching the city before you go and try and commandeer a hotel. They should have tried to organize and work with the hotel. So I'm saying the same situation here is unfolding. It's literally repeat of history from a couple weeks ago.
That's
and
right,
so I'm
Lord.
saying I already know what the
Most
outcome of this
homeless
event is.
have
It's not
mental
good.
health issues.
And so I'm just trying to see, do you guys think that there's a better way to approach this kind of situation other than just...
Obviously, there's a better way.
So,
but I think this wouldn't be happening. The only reason this is happening is because people need a house to live in. So people need somewhere to live. If they were able to get that without causing trouble like this, I think that would be a better solution.
Sure.
Man. So, okay, we have the tiny house village up on the hill, like 2 or 3 blocks down. Tiny house village, homeless people could go in there, get housed.
do you mind if I show you? I mean, you're a streamer. Do you want to step in front?
I've been ID'd like a billion.
Yeah, you can come over. So anybody who's watching this is Pass. He is Pass, whatever. He is Antifa, but hey, we're getting an interview from him.
I didn't see cotton
have a
candy's
conversation, open
hair
up some
there.
dialogue. Let's hear what you
The
have to say.
blue-green
Anyway,
faded
so we
out
have
from
we have
6
the
years
tiny
ago.
houses, and each of these buildings costs like $5,000 to create. And then we have what happened here today where Olympia Housing Now and a bunch of homeless people who realistically, like, it's freezing out here, it's hard to get food and shit, are going to drastic measures to get homes just to like survive. It's a global pandemic. And OPD's response to this, think about all the riot gear, the SWAT gear, the vans, the gas, everything. If you look at how much money they're spending in response to this,
exactly.
I'm not.
But the response is because this is not the first case we've had of this, right?
Of course not. But what I'm trying to say is that like we need to. They're so opposed to something like this happening, but they're spending the money anyway that they could be spending on building more of the tiny homes. You said if I think there's a better way to approach this, I think
for
they should.
example, do you know Lehigh, who does build tiny homes, just to go to your tiny home example?
I do not.
So Lehigh is an organization that helps the houseless community, and they have like a tiny homes program, right?
Yeah.
On the incident that happened in Fife, the coordinators that were there running that whole operation, they were offered 10 tiny homes for individuals to stay in. The problem was the individuals that were there was over 40 people staying in the hotel. They didn't want to, the organizers told everybody they did not want to be split up. So they weren't willing to split up 40 individuals in order to give them housing. So they were saying they must be housed together because they were a family, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there was a lot of resources offered actually to the individuals at the hotel. At the Mission Gospel in Tacoma, the Mission Hotel, there was actually only out of the 40 people that showed up there was only one person that was willing to actually accept the help that was being offered to them. So that's one of the things. I actually had some interviews with a lot of the houseless that were there at the hotel at the time, and I asked them, hey, the situation is obviously dire, and where are you going to go from here? And some people were saying, they chose to be on the streets. It was their choice, so it's not like there's an exact solution.
I think that tiny homes are the end goal that I want for
No.
everybody.
Obviously not. But it is a resource that we're offering people who need help, and they're unwilling to take the resources that we're offering them, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well,
if you're unwilling to accept help, then there's obviously people that will and will accept the help, and that's why I'm saying we do have resources available for them. Are you guys aware of the houseless programs that are offered here in Olympia?
No, not completely. No.
Okay.
I'm only on the leftist side of those, as in like grassroots, like Food Not Bombs.
Okay.
Like.
But have you done any research to actually understand whether or not there's resources for these people here in the city or not?
I mean, I do understand the homeless situation in America as a whole.
Yeah, well, we're talking about here at this hotel in this city here particularly.
What, like this hotel specifically?
Yeah, that's why I asked you, do you think there's a better approach here than just coming and commandeering a hotel?
Well, yeah.
There is.
I do have like a monologue about this if you're cool with letting
I also
me
do
talk
not
for a little
think that
bit.
this is a terrible approach.
It is a terrible approach. I agree with you. I think
So-
that there's much more productive ways to get your message out there and cause people to support your mission.
Do you mind if I take a second here?
Go ahead.
Okay, so diversity of tactics. I believe in diversity of tactics. Do I think that this has any long-term effect on houseless people? Of course not, because clearly there are many, many cops in Olympia. This is a closed building. The only difference between this and them sweeping a camp is that it's much easier for them to get into this building. There's very few specific exits, but I believe that people doing this kind of thing, I support them anyway, even if I think that there are better solutions to.
So
well,
you
I'm
support.
not done.
Okay, go ahead.
I have, and like you asked me, do you think there's a better solution? I do think there are better solutions, but I would not like stand up and like violently advocate against what people are doing here, because I understand that it's like a struggle. Like, I've had to eat out of dumpsters. Like, I've had to do that shit. And like, I understand what they're doing, but I also think that like, I know that
It's amazing what a haircut
in a pipe
and preparing
dream,
for a
like,
job interview will do.
distant fantasy. My dream would be that right now, if the Olympia local government would, instead of funding all of, like somebody said earlier, the money you spent on equipment tonight, you could have housed these people for a week, all of these people in this building. And the same thing applies.
Well, we could counter that argument and say that these people here should have raised funds to house these people in here.
Well,
you can't just so hold on. Let me go on. You said that you advocate for a diversity of tactics, right?
Yes.
So you advocate then for taking of personal property.
Weird Al Yankovic is drinking the Kool-Aid and has no facts or
to get your goals.
I do not. No. Okay. Neither of us are saying personal property. To be clear, this is nobody's personal property.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
This isn't owned by a person. This is owned by.
Corporations are people. I know you don't like to hear that.
Legally people. Yes.
Yeah, they are. So I mean,
shareholders.
No matter how you want to look at it, somebody owns this building.
But
Okay?
yeah.
Somebody here,
Corporation doesn't have
somebody
a
here also
brain.
works here as an employee, right?
Yes.
So you're risking employment and people's jobs and livelihoods. You know what happened at the 5 Hotel? There was 2 cases
Just
of COVID.
tiptoe through the tulips.
So there was actually an outbreak of COVID throughout the homeless community that was brought into the hotel. So there's other issues at play here.
Right, Ernie?
With this facility, you know, you have people coming in who are not tested, who are coming in off the streets, who are sharing, you know.
There's definitely no perfect solution. Here,
Right.
yeah.
So there is no perfect solution here. But again, I don't know if I could ever advocate. We may have to just agree to disagree here, but
Right,
I could never
Satoshi?
advocate for taking another person's property or commandeering their property in order for your personal gain.
Satoshi
No matter the
says,
situation, there's a better
Section
there's
8,
a better solution
get a
here
job,
than that.
that
That's all
loser.
I'm saying.
This wasn't just they went into the hotel and put everybody in the rooms. It was also they did. I don't know if did you see they had a list of demands after they.
They had a list of demands in Tacoma too.
Yeah.
But they did it after they occupied a hotel.
Yes, they did. That they occupied the hotel and then made the demands.
Can I ask how old you are?
Huh?
How old are you?
I will not reveal that now.
Are you under 21?
Huh? Yes.
Okay. And you're as well under 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from somebody who's a little bit older than you guys, I'm almost 34. I'll just say, honestly, you guys have a little bit of experience. I was young like you guys at one time, really motivated politically. I voted for Barack Obama twice. I was a Democrat.
Yeah.
I hope you guys could just hear me out here and just, from my older
Thank you
experience
for
that I'm
dealing with
telling
that,
you,
T-Lo.
this is not the right way
Appreciate
to
you,
do it.
brother.
I think you guys will find that over time, because you guys are still young and still finding your way through life. You know, just graduated high school, haven't really gone through college. Maybe there's still so much experience that you guys have in the
Yeah,
real
Nick,
world
there normally is
to
a
understand
backlog
what's going on
for
at these
Section
events.
8,
And I know that
as
you guys
well
want to join
as,
behind
let's
something
say,
because
an
it's under
apartment
the cause
complex
of
has 100
homelessness,
units.
And I'm with you guys.
Maybe
We got a
one
problem,
or
but we
two
gotta
of
solve
those
it.
units
But at the same
max
time,
will
you
be
have to
allocated for
you have to
Section
address
8, meaning
why you're doing
that
things,
wait list
and
has to
listen,
wait for those people to
you
vacate
can never
and those leases
justify
to go.
hurting another person for your own personal gain. No
Yeah.
matter if it's financially or physically, okay? You need to look at that kind of situation and really assess yourself as a human being and say, I know there's a better way to
Dave
do
Robinson,
this.
they
and we
want
need
a
to
free
approach it with a
HBO.
better way. And I encourage you, both of you guys, to go back to your
Skinemax, bro.
communities and become better leaders, all right? And tell your guys' community. You know, on my channel here, I raise money for veterans, okay? That's part of one of my missions.
Yeah.
I don't make any money doing the streaming thing. I actually donate it to an organization called the VFW, which is the Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Yeah.
In the last month, we've raised $4,500 for veterans. Okay, that's me just doing my small part. If you guys could have, you know, maybe pause or on your stream. Sorry, excuse me, on her stream, you could you know, raise some funds for this kind of operation. You know what I mean? you guys could organize as a community, with all the streamers together and start putting together fundraisers within your streams to actually create an initiative so that you guys could pay for this hotel and demand the city pay for it.
To be clear, there was somebody out here who was willing to pay, and they would not let that occur.
What, willing to pay for all the hotels?
Yes.
For one night,
most
most likely.
holding $500.
Well, yeah, one night probably. That's the same kind of thing that happened in Fife. They paid for one night, and then afterwards they didn't pay. So, and the problem with it is there's a moratorium here in. Let me point the camera this way so you guys can see a little bit different. There is a moratorium where it states that if you stay in an occupied location for more than 14 days, you essentially gain residency. Okay. Yeah. So hotels
That's what I've been saying this whole stream.
hotels
Establishing
don't allow-
residency.
Olympia Housing Now
has occupied the hotel, trying to occupy the hotel, without basically they got homeless individuals they're trying to house, and they're trying to bring them to this hotel and occupy them in this hotel without paying. Essentially, they're trying to demand that Olympia pay because of COVID relief funds. They're trying to get the city to pay for this occupation, but they haven't negotiated with the city yet. They're now occupying and then asking for the city.
Generally, those are the first
They're homeless
steps
individuals from within the community, so it
in
could
the
be
process.
a range from anybody.
people. There was children.
They may have worked before they were homeless.
Yeah, we don't know any of that kind of stuff. So
we don't know the personal information.
this is the second. This is the
Former military.
Okay. Well, appreciate your service and thank you for being out here.
But yeah, sometimes the things you got to realize, guys. If they paid taxes, like myself, I started working at 15.
Yep.
I'm almost 40.
Yep.
I'll be 40 in March.
All right, we've been up just over 2 hours now.
Do you mind
Keeping
if
an
I
eye
put that camera?
outside this occupied hotel here in
And
Olympia,
would you
Washington.
tell us your name, first
My
name?
name is Vincent Spurgeon.
Listen.
I'm former petty officer of the United States Navy. I live in Drexel House. A lot of the housing that's going on right now, a lot of people do not seem to realize if you've worked all of your adult life, or even hell, as a teenager, you paid into taxes.
Right.
That pays for Social Security, pays for housing, HUD, your Medicare,
Right.
covers food stamps,
Schools.
all that.
All of it.
People who may have paid, these could be 50, 60-year-old people that are in here. It could be 40-something. I'll be 40 in March. I started working at 15. It's 25 years. I paid over $1 million into Social Security.
Appreciate it, Tilo.
What people don't realize is the IRS is supposed to give you a printout every 4 years or every 10 years
Right.
of what you paid into it.
Hey, take it easy, brother. Thanks for the conversation.
So these people here,
Critically thinking is the way to go. Positive mental attitude. Thank you, Paz. Take it
these people
easy.
here may be using their taxes. Right now, I'm using my
Right.
Social Security. I'm not 65.
Right.
But that's what it's there for.
Yeah. So do
It's
you?
not abusing it. It's not everybody pays into it, but you've paid into it yourself.
Right.
So, first question, how old are these people? How long have they worked? What put them in homeless situations?
Right.
A lot of it
Kusatoshi.
either family members who didn't agree
Just
with
said
the lifestyle.
Right.
They got tired of the bullshit if they worked for the government or worked for the state or city. Just over the bullshit.
Nah, Satoshi, don't be generalizing people, bro.
Yeah.
At all.
Well,
Will not bode well.
Did you happen
It
to
had to
catch
do
what
with something
happened,
called
a few
respect.
weeks ago in December? They
Little
did a
something
similar thing.
Aretha Franklin sang a song about.
Here is housing.
You might
group
speak that way in other
came
people's
through,
streams,
and basically picked up
but
these
here we
individuals
emphasize
money
quality
into
over
prisons,
quantity of people. You're welcome to stay, you're welcome
brought
to
them
go,
to a
but don't
hotel
generalize an
and
entire group
and
of
paid for
people,
the stay for one night.
okay, for
And
type
the next day, they
type
didn't pay
entitled in
and then they
caps,
demanded the city come in and pay for it.
as if anybody here is.
Emergency relief. So that was actually, it lasted 5 days, and then the police came in and actually started requesting that people leave because it started getting into felony charges because the amount of dollars racked up and stuff like that. So.
And no shelters. I was homeless.
Well, there was some shelters actually. There was some available, and I know it is difficult though, especially under COVID for people to get housing. But there was shelter offered to. There was 10 tiny homes offered up, and there was also
Who said that?
opportunities to stay at the Mission.
And those tiny homes don't have their own showers.
Yeah,
I'm not
now,
sure the situation.
now
I do think they have
Gitmo just
community
doesn't get,
showers and stuff like that. They have
Satoshi
indoor
just
systems.
doesn't get to speak.
Not like a private shower or anything like that, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it beats being,
You know,
it
the
beats living on the
Satoshi
streets,
scale
though, I can
is a
assure you
really
that,
good
you know,
scale
so
that's
they
used
were
by
offered that, but they
investors
didn't
for
want to
crypto and
accept it.
stuff like that. So I would have
it's
held you to a higher standard, Satoshi. You know, for like intelligence. You may want to demonstrate a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, I mean, whatever the
You
housing
won't get,
is.
quote, shadow banned. No, you just got muted because you're a
Yeah, we're
freaking
not talking
idiot.
about, you know, a nice high-end tiny home and.
Be high end, but if you do it right, I mean, you can do everything.
Any questions?
The government can get.
Wasn't by me. It was by one person who has my consent to act on behalf of me, being a direct extension of me. So if you have an issue, you can speak directly to me. With me. Or you could have. Now you can't speak at all. Toodles. You're welcome to stay, though.
I lived in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Or,
So they're
or
all
should I
about that
say,
kind of stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say
konnichiwa,
they're all about that off-grid kind of
or
stuff.
namaste.
And yes,
Satoshi. Namaste.
illegal here in Washington. Only if it's being off the roof.
Oh, really?
Into, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because you get rust, you get all that kind of stuff.
De nada.
Do an actual catchment tank, which is like an above ground pool the size of it. A couple of chlorine tabs.
Yep, I've seen those
and
ones.
UV water filters. And you can do it all if you know what you're doing with the solar pump house and everything.
So it looks like individuals are starting to come out of the hotel, possibly. We have some individuals. Hey, thank
All
you for your
right, that's a good
comments. I
sign.
appreciate that. Southeast Asians? You said own the Red Lions? All right, guys, so I'm going to probably cross the street a little bit. It looks like I'll give you a pan around here to see what's going on here. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to have that conversation with that individual. He wanted to let us know a little bit about his experience. So here we go. We got some people leaving right now. Which one is he? He's on his only across the street, you said? Oh, I see him with the tripod over here. Okay. I'm gonna come up here. I don't want to stand right next to him, but I'm going to. Take the zoom out here. So here we go. Got officers here. How's it going? How's the stream coming through for you guys over there? Good? Hell yeah, that's good. I got the server figured out then at home.
Looks like we'll have a peaceful resolution, which is a positive outcome.
Oh,
and
man.
what I think we could have
Let me
hoped
get to you guys. I'm sorry about that. I've been missing all you guys' donations and all your support out there. I've been busy having conversations and trying to capture and document what's going on around here.
The only thing I try to bring you, Miss Tara, is Class
What's up,
X
Joey,
streamers.
Crooked Nose?
Or I should say
Brother
Class X.
says, what's up? He's over there watching your channel. What's up,
Some
boys
of them
and
might
girls
be
over at
anarchists.
Crooked Nose Media. Thank you for the restreams. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for the subs, Boogie. Let me get to your guys' donations here real quick. I know you guys are supporting the channel over there, and I'm missing. Ooh, I just heard a beer crack in the background, James. I'm jealous. So we have individuals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
right here.
We
I
just
hate
thought
to
it was
do
a
this, but I'm
built-in
gonna stand up
hotel
at the
chain.
front door.
Red
I am
Lion.
gonna be that guy.
Thank you. It's National Freedom Day, everybody!
I don't know. The bike.
You're done with your candy cane, Marie. The only question that lies is, was it peppermint or fruit?
We're just out in front of the Red Lion Hotel.
You
we're
gonna go with the peppermint?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm off the side.
Just because the rainbows are a commodity, but I just feel minty is more like
the wide sidewalk.
suit you.
let me get to some of your guys' activity. I have been so distracted. Sorry about this, everybody. Boston Peanuts, thank you for the 100 bits. The Jive, thank you for the subscription. Looks like officers are about to leave here. Boogie with the 5 tier 1 subs. Thanks, Boog. Basil with the
Bridget,
100 bits.
who, did they organize it themselves?
I'm not a streamer with the 3 bits.
No, you're okay,
Ashley,
Bridget.
thank you for the follow. True Spy, thank you
It was
for the 10 bits.
organized by people who support them because they wouldn't have had the finances to do so, but more along the lines of networking to find someone
just right
who
up the
would
street.
finance them to stay
These
there
guys
for a
only got
day.
a
And then
2-block
once
ride
they were
back, huh?
in there, people on the
You guys only got like a
outside tried to
two-block
negotiate
ride back
them,
up the hill.
just occupying and staying
Nice.
there, like getting
Good work,
funding
boys.
from the city, rather than like appropriating or reallocating funding or going to the city legislature, that type
Yeah,
of
you
thing.
guys only going back up there, right?
It's Olympia City Hall.
Oh, you guys going to City Hall, guys.
So, I don't know, 4-block ride.
Oh. Ooh, you guys really got it bad tonight.
Really, right?
We got the boys with their bikes
Yeah,
hanging outside.
I have problems with street chats too sometimes. Never on
Like, get your shot
YouTube though,
inside the
always on
lobby here. I
Facebook
don't-
with
you
the
know,
having to
this is
back
the
out,
lobby of the
come back
hotel.
in.
You guys missed it earlier.
VPN sometimes can get a little
Apparently
glitchy.
there were officers inside the lobby earlier this evening. Trying to have
Oh,
some
yeah.
sort of negotiation or something. I don't know.
I'm a peeping Tom. Shh.
Quiet now, you guys. It's a good sign. I'm glad by the time I got down here, it quieted up really good. Most people just hanging out.
Credit card.
Some people were
You
arguing.
got it, Mr.
I had to kinda
Duplain.
step in and try to stop a couple people from getting violent there.
Thank you to the 14 of you who
You
are
guys know
kind
if
enough
everybody's already
to
left now?
react to the pin donation
everybody already left
information
now?
over on Facebook's end. Truly appreciate you letting others know that it's a worthy cause.
Sweet, dude.
If
That
you
sounds
are
exciting.
one of the
You
130
can do a
or
dance
so
for me.
hanging out on Facebook,
Fortnite dance.
let's see.
Dude, you go viral.
The other 53 hanging out on YouTube. Nice.
He says, I plan on not going viral.
For a
Yeah, I'll keep you on. Don't worry.
nonchalant night. Got my regulars in the house. Good to be with you.
All right, so what they said over here is that at this point in time, everybody, I think, has exited the building.
What,
They said.
Nikki? Your restaurants and bars can open till 10 p.m. in Michigan, February
Oh, yeah,
1st.
most definitely. I will.
Wow, haven't you all been a bunch of good boys and girls to deserve that? You keep your behavior good, you know, you'll get another reward down the line. Lollipop at the bank or something like that.
If you guys want some entertainment later, you can go
Amen,
find the recap at Primetime Patriot on YouTube. Yep. Go find the recap. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
2 other times today, I was Nicole Berry. Oh my God! Good to see you.
Just a few boys hanging outside. Let me catch up with you guys over here and see if there's any.
But 2 other times today, I tried to go live, so we were this close.
Those guys will get some good entertainment out of that later, I'm sure.
Never rent a room to locals.
Yeah,
never
Hayes,
take
unfortunately, you can't donate lemons
prepaid
right now. There's a
card,
family
yeah.
coming. Let me turn the camera. It's just a family. That's sad. They're probably having to leave the hotel because of the
Oh,
situation.
Tito.
They're not, not homeless, I mean. But
We normally
just
go
because
to
of the
snacks and
ordeal,
food
it
during
sounds
streams,
like.
so appreciate
I mean, if
you
I was
kicking
staying
the
in this
ball
hotel
off.
tonight and a bunch
Tom
of
and
people came to try to
friends.
occupy it, I'd be a little shook up.
What's
too.
your
I'd be like,
favorite
hell no.
drink
I don't
to
know how much
watch the
coke
stream
gets
with?
into the building
Snack
tonight.
or drink?
Gotta be careful.
Either or. What's your favorite snack or drink
I'm trying to get over
have
some
when we're hanging
cover
out?
over here. Let me stand over here.
And we're
I don't have
watching
to hold my
streams?
damn umbrella for so long.
Great question.
All right, I'm gonna get to the chat. I don't know how much
And-
longer we're gonna hang out here. I might do a little bit of walk around and see what's going on.
For myself,
there's nothing
like
left.
coffee
All the-
is
all
the,
of the folks went
always
home.
like the standard, but this past week I think I had all of like 3 cups. Yeah,
Yo,
Diane
Boogeyman, thank you
Lowry,
for the 40
right there
total
with the
gifted
coffee.
subs so far,
exactly.
bro. You have freaking killed it lately, dude. I
April
don't
Ridge
even know
over
what
on
to say.
YouTube says moving up
You
in
are,
Michigan.
an amazing
There you
dude.
go.
I'm really glad to have you a part of the community, and I love seeing your name out there and just you becoming more of an integrated part. Everybody's getting to know Boogie a little
Ooh,
more.
Tara,
I
red
love it, dude.
wine and
Thank you for your
crackers,
support.
a good Bordeaux. Fire. I have
Take it to
books
the
in the
streets with the
fridge.
yeet yeet.
The great
Says
thing
Big Country
is,
Jeep.
I get
Vladimir says, "Be careful of Miguel."
go to
My
BJ's
guy.
and I get there's either
Miguel is the
4 or
last
5
person
that
I would
come
be
and it's
afraid of.
pre-sliced
Him or his buddy.
tubes of
Listen, I'm sure he's going to
mutts
go try to find some
to the
400-pound,
face.
350-pound yoked Antifa dude to be
Lightly
like,
salted,
fight him.
obviously, the best way
I'm
to
just
do
saying,
it.
he's the one who talked all the shit originally. So.
But I used to live next to an
I don't
Italian
advocate for
deli
violence. I'm just
that
saying, if
made
you
their
ask
own
for it,
mutts.
you're gonna, I'll meet you up on it.
It's bad.
Olympia Police
We're talking
is way
like
more on it than Seattle and Portland.
Between
tonight,
850
it appears so. I didn't
to
catch all of the
1275 a
interactions
day.
with the police, so I can't really comment on every interaction tonight. But
Generally
it does look like everything was
when I was
handled
hitting it
by
hard.
midnight. 5 o'clock till, what time is it now? 9:45. I've only been here like an hour and a half, not even.
That Reese's peanut butter cups back in the day. Almost had to
Coffee
go to
Queen is
rehab
asking
for
if
those
this is the
bitches.
same group
Deep
that
cups,
occupied
of course.
in 5. I
Go
believe
big or
it
go
is.
home.
Yes. They may be under a different name now. They're calling themselves Olympia Housing now, but Tacoma Housing now, Olympia Housing now. Miguel was down here. The same folks that are supporting that other bullshit are down
Scott,
here.
you have a
so
good night, brother.
All I can assume.
Thanks for popping in, man.
Safe
Good to see you.
assumption at this point, though. Yes. You guys still have me on my earphone? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, hell yeah! I challenged him to a 5K. I challenged him to a 5K fucking donation.
Let's see if we got anything else.
Boxing match.
Bird's
Oh
eye?
yeah,
Nope.
yeah. He didn't want none of it.
All is calm.
I did thank the PD for their service, Kay and Dan. I did. I'll let them know where they can find the stream afterwards if they need some entertainment too. Gator Girl, thank you for the comments.
Info pig.
Vladimir,
That guy
yes,
who was
the
at
last
the
hotel was the
precinct.
Travelodge, and this one
I think
here
he's
is
just
the
up the
Red
street, but
Lion. Red
nothing
Lion Hotel. We got just a couple people here. Not much
interesting
activity.
there.
The boys are hanging out under the canopy, trying
All
to stay
3
warm.
people there.
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to find out. I don't think they negotiated. No, I don't think they can negotiate it. I don't, because there's people standing out here with all their goods. They were like leaving, and they said there's no. They said there's no more people out. There's only, 2 or 3 or 4 people that I just seen right now just grab all their shit and leave. But I mean, I've seen some people coming in and out. I haven't really been paying too much attention.
Ted, good to see you, brother.
Linda, I know Lemons weren't working on D-Live tonight. I think what it is I need to mark my channel as, like, X-rated or whatever it is, like,
Yeah,
mature
on
audience or
Discord.
whatever,
Make it 18 and
so-
over. Yes, and it's
I
far
will work
better
on it.
for
I also got to
content,
verify my identity.
stuff like that.
Terrible. I also got banned on Facebook temporarily. I don't know how long the Facebook ban's gonna last, but I did get banned on fucking Facebook.
Leslie, you too. Thank you so much for popping
Oh, that's
in.
InfoPig. Go check out his
Hopefully in
channel.
the
He's on
coming
here
days
streaming
we'll,
too. I
we'll
didn't get to
catch
go
some
say
good
hi to him.
streams.
He's
But
out, probably walking away
thankful
right now.
to have
Oh
you
my God,
pop
is that
in, like
Tony
I said.
Black? No way. Is that Tony Black?
Michelle, Emma, Trina,
Hold on.
Bridget,
I almost want to go walk over here. I think Tony Black might be
Nikki,
here. That'd be
Marie,
great.
thanks for still hanging out.
I tell him, hey, did you ever see the comments on your last
Shenanigans.
fucking,
Good to
that
see
hit
you.
piece we talked about? He fucking ignored the entire video
Janice,
and just showed
Tilo.
his only piece.
Appreciate you guys still holding down
I'm glad
the
I
fort
stopped to grab this
over
info.
on the
I needed
YT
it.
chat. But kind of got something interesting there.
X-rated, then this grandma has to get off. Linda. Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to the corner here and see if I could get a further pulled back view and see if this is him. I'll give him a nice look. I think it is actually. I'm almost convinced. I can kind of see. I feel really bad because he's like 50 feet away. Can't really see him.
Stacy Snow, good to see
Is
you.
it Tony? Are you Tony?
Just
Tony.
wrapping things
Brother,
up.
did you
If
see the
guys,
comments on your
happen
YouTube
to be
video I
hanging
mentioned?
out for the first time tonight, just want to welcome
Oh, you should go look at it. It
Anybody
was
here is
great, dude.
welcome. Left,
You know
right,
when I
up,
remember
down,
when I mentioned you
politically
didn't actually
speaking.
show the
I
whole
just ask
video
that
in
you
your
respectfully
piece?
agree to disagree.
Go take a look at the
with
comments
anyone
on your
else
video,
might
dude.
not agree
Everybody's
with you.
giving you guys a bunch of shit for it. So.
Aside that,
Which video in particular?
Oh, when we were down in Tacoma and the
we've
officer
got
was
an awesome
surrounded by a
group
bunch of kids.
people who
And then
formed the chat
accidentally
each
ran
night.
over them, obviously,
And,
because they surrounded his car, and you guys like cut off the whole video at the beginning.
when it comes
and
to
only
current
showed the guy
events,
getting run over
protests,
5
politics,
times.
riots, rallies,
And then
etc.,
everybody give you guys a bunch of
I
shit
use
because you
live
just totally
streams
spun the
across
narrative.
platforms and
remember
bring
that?
them to whatever one you're on.
I encourage you
So,
to go check it out. It's a good video, dude. The
if you
comments
care to
will
join
open
us,
your eyes a
you're
little
more
bit,
than
I'm
welcome
sure.
to type in exclamation
check it out, Tony.
point
Have a good
notify on Facebook, and that
All right, so
command
Tony Black's out
will
here
let you know when
doing
I
his
go
fake news
live,
reporting. Stick to sports, dude.
and you can join us. And to the few I happened to see earlier, just want to say welcome to the family, guys.
So we're outside of the
Look forward to hanging out.
line where everything's already over, Tony. You missed everything. You showed up late. That's what happens. News doesn't actually capture it. You come out afterwards and then you ask people for their narrative, and then you go back and report it as actual truth, but it's not. It's a real shame, Tony. I'll be looking forward
I
to your hit
appreciate you,
piece
Stacy
tonight.
Snow.
Your
Donations
live
are
hits, as you
greatly
call them.
appreciated. Please like,
Oh,
share
don't worry.
the
I'm just a
stream.
nobody.
Yes, being
I'm a
100%
nobody.
viewer funded, again, should you deem the quality of content and coverage and my efforts worthy of a
Probably
donation.
not, to be honest. But
They are what allow me to be able to do this for you as often
so I'll give you guys a
as
little
I
shot
do
over
and
here.
in
We got
general.
fake news setting up.
So
We're
I
trying to do their
truly
hit
and
pieces.
sincerely want to express my gratitude and thanks to anyone who has donated, or
And you
anyone
guys
who
claim
might,
to be the real reporters?
might have the consideration or
Oh no,
thought.
I'm talking
to
trash
be
over here because you guys spin a
thinking
narrative
about it.
coming
Just
showing up
that
late.
in itself is considerate, and I thank you for it.
I wasn't, but I'll check you out
Worst
though. I don't know who you are.
articulation there ever, but más o menos.
Hey, at
Tomato,
least she's a little
tomato.
spicy, Tony.
Dolores, good to see you. Always good to see you, Bri. Absolutely. Let me see if T-Dub. I think this is pretty much washed out. I think you can all assert that. So let me see if TW Lives or any of the other regular ones we got are up.
I just got off the phone with one of the employees who was trapped in that hotel for hours. He told us that it was so frightening to see all these people, this mob, rush in with things like a baton and an axe. He fully expects this type of takeover to happen at some.
Let me up her volume for you.
For now, reporting in Olympia, Jessica O. Cairo 7.
Do it again. Come on. Looking forward to the quick.
3, 2. I just got off the phone with one of the employees who was trapped in this hotel for hours, and he told me it was so frightening to see this mob of people coming in carrying things like batons and an axe, and he sadly said he knew
Logan,
something
Ohio,
was wrong
police
when
are
people
up.
called with 17 room reservations
Moment.
for something like a wedding, and he thinks the same thing will happen again.
Beside
In
that,
Olympia, Jessica O. Cairo 7.
multi-screen is clear.
That worked.
Not bad, Jessica. Not bad.
One more. Just and then choose.
She's a much better reporter than you, Tony. I've got to give it to her.
I just got off the phone with one of the employees who said he was
Start over again because they're gonna.
You guys hear what she's saying? I want to make sure we get a good audio.
with one of the employees who said he was trapped in this hotel for hours, and he told us it was so frightening to see a mob of people carrying things like batons and an axe, and he sadly said he knew something was wrong when someone called in 17 rooms for a reservation for a hotel.
It's always so
Expect
dramatic.
something like this to happen in the future. In Olympia, Jessica O. Cairo 7. One of those, right?
That last one was a rock star.
Second take, second take.
Guess what?
Okay, Johnny, jump out there.
You're wearing a
wearing a hardware mic that we had to walk around to. No, you killed it. You rolled
Tony's up next.
for like 10 minutes. We were on like wall 10 minutes.
Super Troopers April, I was going to mention before with the name shenanigans. Get out
Hey,
of my
you
way.
did a good job. I
Crazy.
did actually like it. It was pretty good.
With Officer Farba.
I give credit where it's due.
Great movie. One of my favorites.
Okay, Tony, let's get a mic check here.
IFB, am I supposed to dial into?
11 is, or go to 11. Yep.
Hey, Kappas. Yep. The stream and Logan.
Let me take this off, Tony. I don't.
Only
Tony,
other
I didn't mean to
ones
blast you in the
active.
eyes.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Don't look so depressed, dude.
He is loving life right now. Look at that guy. Wired. Joey Carr, I look up. He looks sad. Yeah. Looks like he hates life at the moment. Tired. Just tired.
Ah, she was actually nice. She was just playing back, dude.
You guys ever see the online video
I
with
think
the
she
reporter?
genuinely
He's doing
enjoys
like
a
a
little bit of
segment
banter
out in
with
like
us, too.
Alabama, and he like chokes on a fly and like starts dropping F-bombs like live on air. Can't take this hick ass down. Out of this state. Bugs.
Hands are cold. It's cold out here. It's more wet than it is cold, I would say, though.
Yeah, good evening, Vanessa. As of right now, this hotel has been cleared out of anyone who was inside of it, including just regular guests. To tell you a little bit about what happened here, we're going to recap from the investigation that's currently underway.
Linda, great question.
An advocacy group called Olympia Housing Now sent out a release saying that they had taken the Red Lion Motel, saying it was too cold outside for those experiencing homelessness to sleep outside, especially during a pandemic. They reportedly paid for 17 rooms that had about 33 people staying in them, but at some point, Olympia police say they got 911 calls from some of the employees there saying that some of the activists were being aggressive to them there. When they got here on scene, Olympia police say they saw a group up on the 4th and 5th floors that were placing black tarps on the windows, and they continued to communicate with the employees in the basement and told them to shelter in place. Now, eventually, they were able to clear everyone out of the hotel. They say that the staff was able to get out safely. The city of Olympia, in a release, said their crisis response unit would help find a place for those who were staying in the rooms that were paid for by Olympia Housing Now to go. They are not letting them stay inside of this hotel. Finally, as I mentioned, there were other guests that were staying here too that were just bystanders. They are all okay and are being taken to other hotels around the area by Olympia police. So that is the latest information that I have for now. We'll sure keep you up to date if we learn anything new. I'm Tony Black, King 5 News.
Much better job, Tony. He did all right there, guys. He didn't do it as terrible as I thought he was going to. He did actually pretty good.
Okay, are we doing a look live or are we sticking around?
Good job, Tony. Much better. Much better this time.
Maddie and Courtney Cook are still here. That's awesome.
All right, so we got just a few people still standing around. Actually, they're standing behind me, so I'm crossing the street. I do not get close to people out here if I don't know you. I will keep my distance. So I'm the only person out here left that's live streaming as far as I know. Actually, no, there's one other person I see over here. Looks like he's getting an interview. So according to Tony
Ted
Black
says
and the reporting
his
there,
first snowstorm
everybody
after
is
going
leaving
long
this
haul
hotel.
was Ohio. There was just a slight dusting, and everyone
Were you
in
staying
the
here
right
tonight?
lane was doing 30. I'm like from the Northeast, and I go to go.
A couple individuals still here in the.
I had to
Don't know if
hide
they're
for
here
a
to
week
stay or what.
from trucks and turn off CB. going 50.
See if they're
They
allowing
really
people
got
to
mad.
stay here tonight.
The
'cause
road was dry
from what I'm
powder.
hearing, everybody
I
is
drove with
leaving
one
the
tire on
hotel,
the edge, so the snow wasn't
and,
blowing over everyone. That was
do you know if
considerate.
anybody's allowed to stay here? Are they taking accepted guests tonight, or?
Just the ones that have the previous admissions right now.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Thank you. So only those that have previous admissions are currently allowed to stay here.
Wow. So they're shutting it down to the general public.
Here, you're good. I won't put you on.
Unless people had reservations.
So,
So the law-abiding citizens there
anybody that's
who
new
might be traveling
are not allowed to stay right now.
just showing up
So,
without
I don't want to
reservations.
walk away too far from these news guys because every time I do, they get smart and then they start recording another piece. So it looks like Tony's about to walk up, of course, as I'm leaving.
He hit that nail on the head.
It's a cute dog, by the way.
Exactly.
All right, Tony's gone.
Then
I
they
gotta get across
crop
the
it
street before he gets
and they
another one.
clip it. Completely
No one's
different.
doing these things.
But I have to say, the weakest one I ever saw was done by CBS with Ted Wheeler playing some sad, somber music, and naturally, the real
You can't just go
audio
live
from the
without me, Tony.
video was muted.
I said you can't just
But
go
it was
live without
as
me,
in
bro.
TPs were saying they were going to defund
Oh, okay.
and overthrow him, and
Well,
were
this one's the one
projecting
I'm worried
behind
about
him, all
then.
the stuff about taking him down. As he was saying, he was going to acquiesce to their every request and give funding and speak with his constituents
Hey, he's
about
got concerned people. I care about you, Tony.
Right. Off to the left is where all the Molotovs were going off as the tear gas was going out. And they were saying, yeah, breathe it in, Teddy, choke on the gas. Right before he and his police security detail were chased off into their own building, barely locking the door behind them.
Olympia Housing now sent out a release saying that they
Right.
had taken the Red Lion Motel, saying it was too cold outside for those experiencing homeless to sleep outside, especially during a pandemic. They reportedly paid for 17 rooms. It had about 33 people staying in them at some point. But Olympia police say they've got 911 calls that's from the staff that some of the actors
Notice
were
he
being
said
aggressive to
they.
them. When they got here, they saw a group on the
We listened to a stream before, and the girl said that one individual often offered to pay the $500 for them all.
They were able to clear everyone out of the hotel. They say that the staff was able to get out safely. The city of Olympia, in a release, said their crisis response unit would help find a place for those staying in the rooms paid for by Olympia Housing now, because they are not staying in the hotel. And finally, there were other guests that were staying here too that will also be set up in new hotels by the Olympia Police Department. That is the latest information that we have for now. In Olympia, I'm Tony Black, King 5 News.
We got guests staying there, dude. We got 2 fans tonight, Tony. Good job, bro. Not bad. Not bad, Tony. I'm just giving him shit. He actually didn't do bad tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put my umbrella down because the rain's kind of slowing down a little bit. I don't really need it.
Info Pig. I got nothing left after this
we'll do a
one,
little
ladies
recap
and
ourselves
gents,
here.
boys
Didn't
and
really
girls.
catch,
As always, if viewers have any links, you're more than
last little
welcome.
drop, but we'll do a little recap of what I did see.
With that being said,
I want to thank everybody for joining into the live feed and catching this. Thank you for all the shares and restreamers out there supporting the stream.
and
My
just the
name's
same
Prime
from me
Patriot.
to you guys
I
and
live
girls.
stream in the
Thank you very
Northwest
much.
area.
The
I'm out at all
likes,
sorts
hearts,
of events like
the
this.
reactions, the
You guys
shares.
saw me in downtown Seattle yesterday.
Makes all the difference.
Filming the march that was
I
going
thank
on.
you.
I'm an activist, and I get out here and I like to film these events. I do something that's called First Amendment protest auditing. I make sure that people are able to express their First Amendment rights. So documenting anything that infringes on that First Amendment right, whether that's for the press or for the individual protesters. I'm also out there to make sure to document any incidents of violence, to make sure to discourage it. I'm also out there to document any kind of, terrible, hateful behavior. If that kind of stuff's on stream, then people can be called out for it, But I also have my own supporting beliefs and my own morals that I follow. And I'm not afraid to let you know what I believe. So today, I showed up at the Red Lion Hotel here. The Red Lion Inn and Suites is what it's called. It's got the sign blocked a little bit, but I showed up here around 8:30 or so. And As soon as I showed up on site, there was a small group of individuals, a lot younger. A lot of them were younger. I would say sub 25 even. Most of them were probably between the ages of 18 and 23. There was a few individuals that were a little older out there. There was one woman and I don't know if it was her daughter or what, but they were kind of getting into it with the Antifa kids, saying, you know, they didn't agree with it. And there was a little bit of scuffle between the two with umbrellas. I'm just telling you right now, these umbrellas gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be sticking umbrellas in people's faces. It's not a tactic that works. People will break them. People will, you know, it causes agitation. It causes people to try to pull it out of each other's hands, and it's just a waste of time. So there was a lot of umbrella grabbing and stuff going on like that. Umbrellas stuffed in people's faces. You gotta be careful with that stuff. It could poke somebody's eye out, especially with some of these umbrellas they're using out here with the like long, pointed, tippy ends on them. All right, I'm taking my umbrella back out. But I showed up and I saw the small group kind of having scuffles. I documented a little bit of that. I had a couple interviews with some folks on site today. Another streamer that actually is from Antifa side of things.
You too, Michelle. Always a pleasure.
They're a little bit younger. They're like 19 years old, so they really have a super young mentality when it comes to this
Good
protest
to see you.
life.
Sorry, it was
and
towards the end.
The nuances behind political.
Janice, thank you so much. You were with me through the whole stream. Always a pleasure, girl.
You know, they don't quite understand the whole game.
Maddie
and
in
they
court,
don't maybe understand
always
that they're
a
being
pleasure.
utilized because they're young and their emotional states are not yet fully matured.
Sitting near the courthouse and are demanding free electric and asking people to do their laundry for them and bring them food and blankets.
On the ground here.
Wow,
had some
Curtis.
banter with the officers. We got to film Tony Black's cut for tonight. Hopefully they don't go cut that up and chop it up into a bunch of million pieces. So I will be following up with Tony Black's interview to check on that and make sure that the news is being reported accurately and that he's not going in there and spinning a narrative like
somebody commented in caps before the word entitlement.
Like, no. They occupied this building. They asked for a 17-room stay. Let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 24, 36. There's like 48 rooms, maybe 60 rooms on the side. Probably over 150 rooms. I'm not sure. But there's probably 150 rooms in this building. And they occupied 17 of them. And they came in apparently acting aggressive. I did not hear that. So Tony's informing me there. I showed up. I was trying to catch it while I was driving, but I couldn't.
Jenny said she took a break over the holidays. Really thought this crap would be done. Oh no,
when
miss.
911 was called to the building.
Matter of fact, I can guarantee you.
Don't worry. But he reported on it to the point where he made both sides heard. I don't care if he said, he said, what did he say? The people were leaving. When people are staying here right now, there's people in this hotel right now. He said everybody has been evacuated, including guests, which have been taken to other rooms. But I can assure you there's a TV on up there and somebody is watching TV. I've seen the blinds open and closed. Somebody right here in this room has got a bunch of bags and stuff strewn all over their room. I can see that there's a purse on the bed and all that. So there's people staying in this hotel, but from what the officers told me, the individuals that had already reservations, I guess, that were already pre-requested are being accepted possibly, and any new reservations are being denied at this point. Catch up with you
Absolutely.
Hopefully the feed has been smooth tonight. I've been trying out some new stuff for you all. Looks like I got the server running as I need. So the stream and feed is looking nice and crispy.
Peggy, they stayed in the hotel
room
if you guys
for
know,
a night. I had
and
overlays
tried
going tonight.
To occupy a
so I
hotel.
got a location and time and
you
all the
stay
alerts
somewhere,
are going over there, so you guys
for a
can
total
see
of
those
2
as we're
weeks,
live streaming.
14 days to establish residency
Awesome,
there
man.
before any moratorium
Thank you
or
so much,
eviction
everybody, for the
process
support.
is applicable.
Somebody said easy peeping, Tom. Sorry. I just wanted to show you guys.
Otherwise, a person or persons can
Check
and
out
will
this
be
car.
trespassed at a business or property owner's request.
How
Or they
badass
can
that
just
thing is.
be asked to
It's super
vacate
clean.
and
It's like
be it.
near cherry mint. It's like really nice.
That was a Chevy. Knew it.
Badass whip, dude.
Looks like
Thank
a
you
little
all for
Nova,
the
doesn't it?
comments.
but
All
I've
right.
never seen one with the fins
I don't know if
back there.
there's much more that I could show you at this point in time. Looks like officers
How
are in the
far
lobby
back
just
does
kind
the
of
Nova
hanging
go?
out.
Because if
they
I
just
had
a
to
seat
picture a
over there in the
Nova
lobby.
from like the 60s, like early
We got
60s,
one other streamer on the ground. I
late
think at this
50s,
point
early
in time, we're having
60s,
a streamer
I don't
off.
know Chevys.
Who leaves first? Info
I
Pig.
know
Who leaves
Ford
first?
body
Go over there and tell
styles,
him I
like
said
a
hi.
Shelby. I can
Go,
tell you
go
any jet,
show him
but-
much love over there to Info Pig. She's on the ground still too. Support those that are out here providing you guys the updates in the news live. Because you see it here, the news is showing up after everybody's already gone.
Exactly.
To report on the incident.
Exactly.
They're not showing up here live to report on it. They're showing up here afterwards. So
That's what was most outrageous
maybe
to me.
that's just 2 for 2. I've caught him reporting after the fact.
Rochester,
but we'll see.
DC, many all over the country,
comet?
and they
Yes,
always
it is.
shoot from
Whoever's
2
asking if
blocks
this is
away.
a comet,
Normally,
Mercury comet.
they only went
Yes,
here
it
because
is.
it was completely dead
That's a sick
with law
whip.
enforcement presence.
See if I can get this. There we
But-
go. Somebody said cops get a free stay. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
right.
Carr. The 62 First Nova.
I'm gonna go say hi to this guy.
So
over
I
here,
was
'cause
pretty
everybody's been
spot
telling
on
me to go
there.
Say hi to him all night, so I'm just gonna go over there and say hi and introduce myself.
62
we got
is
a
the
couple
first
officers
Nova.
Still left. Oh, and for anybody who wanted to see the comet,
Look at that.
boom, there it is. This thing is sick.
Yo.
Super sick. So here we go. We just got a couple officers left, still in the lobby, hanging out.
That's got to be around the same time period. When was that split
Hey, are you
window
Info Pig?
Corvette?
How's it going? I'm Primetime Patriot.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, nice to meet you. brother.
63, 60.
Everybody's
Not live. Oh, well, maybe live.
Okay.
But I've watched the recording.
Okay, cool. Everybody's been telling me to come over and make sure.
Did Armstrong
make sure to
have
say hi to
one?
you over here, so I wanted to make sure.
Is
that
this
you
split
did.
window?
Well, I've never seen a picture of you or anything. so
Split
I don't
rear.
recognize you.
Well, here you go. Look at me.
Yeah, well, you know, I know that you were there on the 6th,
Yes, I was.
and you got some really good footage.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's a Comet, not a Nova.
Oh,
yeah, no.
No worries.
Fine. Well, hey, it's nice to meet
Don,
you.
I
Have a
was
good
just
one, dude.
curious
Thanks for
how
being out
far
here.
the Novas went back. Because, like, you know, they were a
Just kinda
dime
saying
dozen.
hi.
You
So
know, the
flies a little
70s,
bit.
they
Make
were
sure to
everywhere.
Go support
Like, that's
those
what
that
I
are out here
remember
doing
them
the
from.
work. You know, we're all working out here, try to bring you guys the
62,
coverage and the
63.
information. All right. My new light is not working right now. Actually, I need to get my new light set up. If I had it on right now, you guys would have much better view. All right.
Rebecca, you're confused? What are you
Malicious
confused
mischief
about?
degree based on amount of damage, RCW 9A.48. Thank you very much, Freebird. I have been paying attention to some of these RCWs recently around
It is a cute little car.
private property destruction and harassment.
64
things
is
like
the
that.
split window. Thank you, Maddie and Courtney Cook. Appreciate you.
Dun, dun. Shout out to Shiz. What's up, Shiz, bro? What up?
Fun fact,
I don't know who that
every
was set up behind you, but-
astronaut that landed on the moon
Be
got
careful with
a
people just walking
Corvette.
up behind you like that. Haircut, give us a pic. You want a pic?
Sheila
Oh my God, I'm looking like
had a
trash right
74 Nova.
My
That's
hair's
cool.
probably terrible.
A lot of people turn those into track cars.
Oh shit, my hair is all messed up from the rain out here. Holy cow.
Joe, Mercury made the comment. Thank you. That was going to be my next question, actually.
Shout out to my brother over there.
Check info big.
Let's see the freshly lowered ears. Man, my hair is all sort of curly right now because I've been standing in the rain. All right. Let's see. I don't know if I have much for you guys. I'm going to go over here since there's one other streamer here. And I guess we're just kind of standing around like a bunch of doofuses at this point in time. Filming a bunch of
Like I was telling you
concrete for
guys, I was
Look
like,
how dead it is out here.
I can bring you to another stream, but it's honestly the same thing.
It's dead. It looks like a ghost town around here. Let me do a pan around.
That's correct, Jenny. Yep. This went on for like probably
There's downtown Olympia
just
right
nearing
here.
12 hours by now, or just passing. But peaceful resolution.
Ain't nothing going on.
So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to walk back to my car. If you guys have any further questions for me, I will do a live stream probably when I get home. I don't know. It's 10 o'clock, so.
A 76 Maverick. Ooh.
It's 10 o'clock. I'm probably just going to get home and have a beer and relax.
Right, Eric? I saw
Before
a
we
newer
get out of
vet
here, let's see if
on
there's anybody
Jericho
live that I could raid. Since we have a couple
I saw
hundred
a
people here
newer
watching.
vet today.
Let's see. Do we have anybody we can raid?
I didn't mind.
Who is live?
Didn't mind it.
Who's going to win the prize tonight? Who's going to win the prize tonight? Oh, I know who's live. We're going to raid only a Mr. Bill. Everybody, this is our moment. All right, listen to me.
Yeah, Janice.
This is our moment.
Protests
Do you
have
understand?
been few lately.
My guy, Mr.
This
Bill.
past week.
I want you guys. I'm gonna turn this on myself because it's important.
I didn't realize
Listen.
only Mr. Bill was on.
Hold on.
If he is,
Dang it.
you see. I'll check
Listen to
Twitch.
me. Only a Mr. Bill has been supporting my channel before anybody was really supporting me, all right? I want you guys to go over to his channel and I want you to show him a bunch of love. I'm talking like, I want to see the most love out of you guys over there because he's a genuine human. He cares about people. He's shown me a lot of love personally. He doesn't have to do it, but he does it. And he's a member of our community.
It's a mid-engine,
He's also a live streamer.
Eric.
Go say hi to him.
Low
I'm going to
center of
raid him
gravity.
right now.
Means
Hold
it
on.
handles better.
Only underscore a underscore Mr. Hold on.
Yeah,
underscore
only
Bill. The
Mr.
only
Bill.
difficult
I'm
thing
looking
about
on
Bill's
Twitch
channel
right
is
now.
his name's kinda hard to find.
Only thing is he didn't say what
Otherwise,
platform.
That's our boy. All right, here we go, guys. The cops are leaving also, by the way. They just rolled out on their bikes. Here you go. Let's raid Bill. Go show him so much love, you guys. Did it work? Did it work? If my mods can do it, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Did the raid go down? Did it go down? Tell me it worked. Tell me it worked. I want you to go over to his channel. Where is it at? Let me know it works, everybody.
He's not on Twitch, my guy. He used to be.
See the seed that fell on the good soil is a man who hears a word and understands it. He produces a crop yielding 160
thanks,
30
dude.
times what was sown.
Good man.
I'll read that first part again. The one who received the seed that fell on good soil is the man who hears the word.
Stand by
Like
for
we're doing
update.
right now. You're hearing the word and understands it. You're understanding what's getting into you and everything. You're getting a good feeling that there was a lot on there. What was going on there?
I have no idea what's going on here.
Chatting there all of a sudden. What's going on there? Probably Patriot.
He's figuring it out now.
Anyway, what's going on, guys? What I miss here?
What I miss?
Okay, 6 people now. Okay. I almost thought prime time like raided me or whatever with all those people. That'd be crazy. Anyway, I'll keep going, guys. Hazy, how you doing, Hazy? What's going on, guys? Anyway, I'm just reading some word here, guys. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. You getting the raid? Oh, yeah, man. Didn't have to do that to me. Prime time anyway. I'm just reading a little bit of scripture here, guys.
I thought he
Just
was
got done
younger,
reading
to
about
be
the
honest
parable of
with
the
you guys.
weeds.
Man.
Having a good old time. You guys are great. I appreciate that, guys.
Good man.
If you're, so to ask a question here while I keep reading a little bit more about the parable of the sower. Anyway, you guys, all Christians out there, what church do you go to? If you are, you don't have to be a Christian. If you're agnostic, you're atheist. I don't care. Freedom of speech, freedom to gather.
To each their own.
Prime time was saying and everything. Protect your First Amendment rights. Doesn't matter
Who
what
is one person to
faith
say
you
that
are,
they're better than another?
Pretend if you're agnostic or atheist, pretend like I'm just reading stories. That's pretty much what Matthew is. Just a bunch of stories out there. But anyway, I do want to, when I'm not doing stuff like this, I'm out there live streaming and doing stuff like that, getting in Antifa's faces every once in a while. Not as much as Primetime does there, but I appreciate the raid there, guys. But if you do want to see more crazy live streams, Crooked Media's going there. But if you want to chill out with me, let me read along in the scripture here, NIV version here, Matthew 13, verse 22, the parable of the weeds. And what we can do in some of these cases is I'm correlating them to in the Northwest.
If they
right
only
now.
knew, Janice.
I think this
Most don't visit the page or realize that all platform links are there.
Let's see if we can kind of correlate any of this to our.
If they did, they would just click
idea out there,
and then click
Anyway,
YouTube, and then they would be right with you guys. And then they could go
chatting
beep,
there, I can't
right
keep
back
up
to
here, guys.
Facebook from YouTube.
Oh man, Crooked's off. That's crazy. Sorry
But
about that.
I'm going to set up
there's
stream
other
wall.
rant
I've
liberty or
decided.
whatever, but guys are
I've
making me all
been
nervous here. So many people
going
watching.
back and forth because
Anyway,
the issue
parable of the weeds,
lies
guys. Here.
with the comments
Matthew
still
13,
show on the
32.
overlay, even if the
Should I
comment is
say
deleted
it
or
like
blocked.
fancy or something like that?
So,
No. Anyway,
yeah.
Jesus told them
So
another
that's
parable.
another thing I
The
gotta
kingdom
like
of heaven is
monitor
like a
and
man who
hide
sowed
if
good
I
seed in
can.
his field, but while everyone was sleeping,
But that's
his
where
enemy
you
came and
guys will
sowed
see
weeds
latency for
among
the
the
first
wheat
time.
and went away.
Like
When the
when
weeds
you send your
sprouted
comment and when
formed
you
heads,
see it come
and the
across the
weeds
screen.
also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, "Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?"
I
"My
like
enemy did this," he replied.
Joey
The
Carr,
servants asked him,
67 Shelby
"Do
GT
you want us to
500.
go
I'll
and
take
pull them?"
Eleanor any day.
"No," he answered.
Even a clone.
Because while
I'd
you are
happily
pulling the
a clone.
weeds, you may root up the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in the bundles to be burned, then gather the wheat and bring it into the barn. If you're a kind of a farmer, you know why he did that and everything. You don't want to put it together and everything. It's yucky, you know, separate the bad from the good. That's what sometimes you'll see police do on a police line when they're kind of debating patriots or say reliable Americans and the idea of Antifa. They want to divide the bad from the good. Lately, we're thinking a lot of times they're considering patriots bad and us and Antifa good. But anyway, they want to kind of make sure everything's separated because once those two groups
Jetty.
get together,
Basically a Pinto with the loud paint
we don't
job.
support violence of any kind, you know. But
Joey Carr,
that's what
you're lucky you
the good
lived through
officers
that.
will typically do. Like, quit fighting, we'll separate you guys. But anyway, we know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Sinners and saints. Exactly. HD Raz, thank you. I would be add more mods since everybody's watching right now, but I'm using a different app, so
you caught me.
do that. But you guys are awesome.
I was
in the chat.
unfollowed
Thank
on
you
the
so
Facebook
much.
page, so I never got a
I don't know why
notice.
it said like 10 people there, but maybe there's more people watching than that. Anyway.
Nah, actually, I got much respect because
like
I never would have known the difference without you being honest. So
here we go.
I'd much
Verse
rather have someone
31,
be honest
Matthew 13.
and upfront.
He told them another
Then
parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed.
Deceitful,
a man took
deceiving,
and planted in his field.
or lie.
Though it is the smallest of all your seeds,
Much respect.
Yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a. I wish they had like ketchup seeds. I like ketchup more than mustard. Tree, so that the birds of the air come and perch on its branches. He then
I like that wooden
told
flag
them
behind
still
it.
another parable. Kingdom
Good
of heaven
project.
is like yeast that a woman took and mixed into a large amount of flour until it worked all through the dough. Jesus spoke all these things to the crowd in parables. He did not say anything to them without using a parable. So was fulfilled what was spoken through the prophet. Probably Isaiah he's referring to. I will open my mouth in parables.
Right.
I will utter things
Yeah,
hidden
I'll be good and
since
come
the
back
creation
home
of the
soon.
world. Using these parables to kind of tell stories that people kind of forget to understand. They were guys so caught up in
that is it.
what the Pharisees were saying and their fancy languages, things like that. They forgot, the basic truths that we taught in parables like this.
You got it, Lee.
Most of
Appreciate
us know
you, brother.
what that parable, the
Thank you
seed
for
is
your
all
thank
about.
you.
Mustard seed. Maybe just a little.
Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure.
Do it again real quick here. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in the field. Though it is the smallest of all your seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants. Be small, but you can grow into something great.
Oh yeah, Ted.
Yeah, still out there. Hey, Shelty, can you tell me how many people are in the chat there? Because Restreamio doesn't tell me the correct number here. It says 10. I'm like, I got a raid from Prime Time when last time I saw him, he was doing 500. Oh, there we go, 200 people. Now it's working on this thing here. Thank you guys. 130. Gracias, guys. Anyway, were you guys telling me earlier what you guys were? You were, a lot of people these days, they're not so much, Nazarene is what it was. If I was able to go to church,
You want me to
or
tell them
that I
thank
didn't
you,
work on
Melinda? I
Sundays,
can send them a message
I would
for you.
probably go to a non-denominational church out
You
here.
see how many people we got over on my channel?
Really
We got
inviting and
74,
accepting,
so
something
I
like
can tell
that.
them to add 74 to the
And
number
so,
and that we
hey,
all say hi.
Little Ripper Patriot, what's going on, guys? You guys are awesome to be hanging out with me right now. But anyway, you guys are wondering what I'm got going on in the background. There's pictures and everything of
What?
different little adventures that I like to go
I don't know
on
where
and
he is, to be
things
honest.
like that. I wish it was like be a little bit bigger, easier to see.
Is he
But
on
for some
D
reason,
Live,
the
maybe?
resolution gets
Let me
down.
check D Live.
The basic there. You see that?
Does anyone
And a
know
little
where
bit
only
anyway.
Mr. Bill is
Flip
streaming?
that back. Maybe you can see it a little bit easier. Come on. Easier to see. Probably not too great. Anyway, should I keep going, guys?
Only Mr.
Might
Bill.
as well. But next time I come on or
Basketball
whatever, I'll be a
Pirate
little bit
stub,
more
by the way.
prepared for
Oh, he's
a
playing
raid
poker. Never
from
mind.
Patriot there. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Click that follow and like, share button. One of these days, starting
Eric,
with Fridays,
you've seen this
guys, if
guy
you
many
wanted to
times before,
get
brother.
more action or whatever as I'm out there.
For
I'm going to be
anyone,
doing a flag wave on Fridays
if you
around
don't
3
know who
o'clock
this
Pacific
is,
time.
he's a frequenter
A
of
small town near
Portland,
me anyway. And trying to get more and more people to show up there.
Olympia,
But anyway,
Seattle area.
everybody needs
Only
to
a
get out there
Mr.
in
Bill
numbers, you know.
normally does
For
flag
instance,
waves with
there's only one conservative
BCP
live streamer out there tonight and everything. That
over
was
by the
prime time
Justice Center a
out
lot.
in that event, you know. Be nice if we had more streamers, just more
He's in
people
DC
to
as well.
fight against the crazy behavior of the left, you know. Just have more numbers, whether
But
it's a
he's
flag
a
wave
streamer.
or a rally. I'm not sure if you're from
And
Washington, but
his
also there's a
Facebook was
free
solid, was
thing going
good,
on in
but
Washington on Saturday. I won't be able to make it, but I just heard about it recently. I think it's at like 12 o'clock, but where the whole entire area around the Washington Capitol, not DC, but the Washington State and Olympia, they're going to have a big event there. Everything's going to be cordoned off like it is right now, but people are just going to be there, free speech and everything. I'm not sure if they're going to try to, I think they're going to break any rules, but they're prepared to be arrested if they have to be just to practice their free speech in a public setting. A lot of us should kind of have that same kind of mentality, like free speech. What's wrong with free speech? I'm sure Primetime will probably be there if he has no capability to be there, but I won't have the option to be there.
I'm sure
that
most
day.
of them have
But
probably
anyway,
been
you guys are
doxed,
awesome,
Melinda.
guys.
But yeah, no, he's
Let me see if
just
I
a
can read a little
streamer
bit of the chat there. Choo choo. What, I get the hype train going?
from the West Coast.
Like I said, I can't tell because I'm using the Restreamio app here and looking at the small
Normally
little
he
screen.
doesn't
You guys are the
dabble in the
if you are
restreaming like
taking the
this,
train
but
thing. Choo choo on the hype train. I appreciate
when in
all you guys help with
lockdown,
that. You guys are awesome to help me out. Somebody said that they liked my shirt earlier. I don't know. It's a Old Navy 2016 shirt. So, anywho, we'll keep going here. If you guys want to watch something else, I won't be offended too much or whatever. But if you guys want to read along with me again, Matthew chapter 13, NIV version. Funny thing is with the NIV version versus the King James.
last night I saw
famous
Ninja
verses out of
was
King
in full
James,
gear
and
pacing
it all
around
sounds a
his
little bit
house,
different coming
pissed
out of
he
the
couldn't go out at
NIV.
ice. He
Anyway.
couldn't go to ice in Portland.
The parable of the weeds explained. Verse 36. You guys
Ron,
still
always a
chatting
pleasure,
together there?
brother.
Thanks for keeping the
Likewise.
chat civil, guys. I've got
Good to be
probably
with
3
you.
or 4 moderators in the chat there just to give you a heads up there.
Been up just over
There
3
goes the
hours.
crowd. I'm so used to being behind the camera.
Thank you to everybody
you
who
guys
was
are making
kind
me
enough to react again to that
extremely
donation
uncomfortable being
information
in
over
front
on
of the camera with
Facebook,
so
Dad.
many people watching. So
Very much appreciate
it's all
you.
right. 36.
Just the
And he
same
left
to
the
anybody
crowd and
over
went
on
into the
YouTube,
house.
being
His disciples came to
100%
him
viewer
and said,
funded. If you
"Explain
deem
to
my
us the
efforts worthy
parable of the
of a
weeds in the field."
donation,
He answered,
all that info is pinned there.
"The one who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed stands for the sons of the kingdom. The weeds are the
And to be
sons of the
honest,
evil one,
past
the
hour or
enemy
so since the
who sows
hotel's
them
been
is the
kind of
devil.
calm.
The
Kind of just let
harvest
the
is
stream
the
roll
end of the
because
age,
wanted to hang out
and
with
the
you guys,
harvesters are the
bros.
angels."
It's been a minute.
Let's go back to it. As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that's in, and all who do evil. Watch out, the idea of Antifa. They will throw them into the fiery furnace. where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yike. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of the Father. He who has ears, let him hear. Hey, there's a famous verse here. Matthew chapter 13, verse 43. I remember that one. You guys doing good in the chat there? You betcha. You two have a good evening. FU Antifa. I like that name. I always watch you out there. Thank you so much. Feel free to hang out here or chill out. Hey, let's give you some background music. Alexa, play forest music.
Is it copyrighted?
Alexa.
Guys,
Stop.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Never mind.
All right.
Here we go. She never listens to me. Most women listen to me. That's beside the point.
She's acting up, man. You gotta,
Are you calling me old, JJ? No, hey, I'm gonna have
Alexa, of course.
somebody make fun of you. We were calling me old or something like that. Anyway, we'll keep going here.
I don't know why they didn't just do a male and female voice version.
Anyway.
That was
The
just
parables of the
Barbie
hidden
and
treasure
Ken.
and the pearls.
Simple, easy, cut and dry.
Okay, JJ. Okay. The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that.
You
field.
got it, Miss Phillips.
Again, the
Good to
kingdom
be
of
with you,
heaven
girlie.
is like
It's
a
been a
merchant
minute
looking
too.
for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went
Really,
away and sold
Brian?
everything he had and bought it.
Let's put alleged in front of that word first.
I'm not sure what that means exactly. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant.
He was up
looking for
earlier,
fine
but
pearls.
give me a second on that one.
When he found one of great value,
Anybody
he went
follow
and sold
Maxwell
everything
Mitchell?
he had. So much worth it. You give up your whole soul and everything to get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, that makes more sense. You don't like to be snooped on ever? I just like it for the musical capability and setting my alarm to it and things like that. So, but it would be cool to have a little bit of background music as I'm doing this too. But I'm so worried about getting copyrighted here and there on all these social media things, especially YouTube. I don't want to play it unless it's like background sound. Excuse me. Live in LA. Let's do a location check. Location check, guys. Where's everybody from here? All right. I know where some of you guys are from. Southern and Proud is from the South. Pretty smart. Once again, the kingdom of heaven, verse 47, if you're following along. Once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. You guys already hit the follow button? See that little follow button? It's down there. Is it over here?
If you guys are enjoying your time over on Facebook, it's kind of convenient. You can type in exclamation point notify if you'd like to join us
awesome.
in the future. You're more than welcome to.
I do indeed. Kansas City.
YouTube goes without saying.
Dorothy
You're also
lately?
welcome
Dorothy in Kansas.
to sub up and get notified.
Bad
Maxwell
jokes.
Mitchell is live, Brian.
Anyway, back
which
to
would
verse 47 here.
lend affordability to that.
Chapter 14, I just noticed, is about John the Baptist being beheaded.
Stand by. Let me switch the screens here. Shooting going down 4th Street. Bullet holes in car here on 4th with another car at University of Louisville Hospital. But there's cars with holes in them. That's probably 2 citizens going at it, as opposed to a peace officer involved. At least at first glance. With little to no details, and of course, limited to a Facebook live stream description. Thank you, Jenny, for, I appreciate you. Jenny was kind enough to post word for word Maxwell Mitchell's stream. Hang on. The reason why I didn't go to it is because it was lagging. Give me a second. I'll get you audio and I'll bring you to it.
The snowplow truck pulling up the road to a red light.
Properties.
Hi, Opal.
Nothing much for views. Meh.
And honestly, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go live and bring awareness that this happened here. The road is blocked if you were going to try to come down 4th Street right now.
Before the snowstorm. Of course.
Definitely do not know what happened in this shooting, but, you know.
Janice, fried mushrooms.
God knows what happened.
There's just something with me and mushrooms that I can't get over. The fact that it's a fungi, nope. The slithery, slimy,
I'm going to sign off.
no.
And say good
Even
night.
if it's on a pizza.
If you do nothing else, hope you stay alive.
Good to be with you guys tonight. Thankful we got a stream and a peaceful resolution there in Olympia where we were live. We were up just over 3 hours. I just want to thank you for anybody else who might still be hanging out. Mr. Romley, good to still see you up. He's all shaved up. He's been rocking a beard for a long while. Yeah, oh, really? Didn't know that. Yeah, and you're right about his beard. Thought you were talking about Mr. Mitchell. With that being said, I'll keep an eye out. If you guys are being affected by this winter weather, I hope that your power stays good and you have a warm place to stay. But above all, that this finds you well. Nikki, of course, thanks for popping in, girly. Miss Blaine, you as well. Miss Shenanigans, Janice, Marie. Good to have you, girls. Tilo, good to be with you tonight. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your services. I was telling Marie the other day, I was like, you know, Tilo's a mod, but you know how I know he's the right man for the job? I was like, I've yet to see him use it, delete a comment, mute anybody. I'm like, that's how you know a person's okay, when you don't see them modding. Because the point is to keep a chat moderate, not to moderate a chat. So, Mr. Hillard, thank you. And I apologize for letting a couple of trolls get the best of me before. I should not mute the audio for every one of you to prove a point to one of them. So, lesson learned. And I will not interrupt coverage in the future and will just mute them instead. Promise. Hugs your way as well, Sheila. And Mr. Hillard, thank you for your support for the page and to the channel. And the next time we're up, guys, if you want to play a game, let's type in followage and we'll see who's up. Billy Spiro. Yo, you're just missing it, my man. First stream in 6 days, 3 hours, but you're catching the tail end of it. That's the point. Good to see you. I hope you're doing all right, brother. Been thinking of you. But thank you, Mr. Hillard. And wait, one last thing. Miss Melissa Spires and Jeanne Canales, thank you, girls, as well. With that being said, I'll be on the lookout tomorrow. And let's see if I can find something else. But to be honest, I've done already looked. Unless you want to see the weather, church, or that dude on the right. But yeah, it's 1:43 a.m. I'm going to go with get sleep. And in the event there's well, actually, here's what I'll tell you to be on the lookout for. Overseas with the time difference is in the morning. So if you guys want to catch a stream, like I said, between right around 9:30 and 11:30, the past 2 mornings has been, what was it, Vienna and Lebanon. Lebanon, they got the military out, a whole bunch of stuff. So if I can go live in the morning, I will be. So I'll see you there. We'll have coffee and a donut. And yeah, if you guys are free, we'll hang out. Yep, Susan, all the people are vacated. Well, that's what they said, but there were still a couple of people left, but the majority of them are out. Yes, miss. Right, Eric? Exactly. Billy, are you still down south? And let me see real quick. I'll pop up YouTube. Give me a sec, guys. Let me grab a link. $6.45 by you, Bridget? Yeah. Brad, right back at you, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Good to hang, brother. I'm sorry if I missed anyone's comments tonight. My apologies. With the storm coming, headache, eyes, not so good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Glad you're back up. Made the trip all right. Yeah, Ted. Yup. Yup. Love your way, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Good to catch you for a stream. Always a pleasure. Miss Tarina, you as well, miss. And again, majority of people here, my regulars, but in the event you hung out and didn't comment, which a lot of my regulars do as well, thank you for hanging out, not causing any issues or spreading hate, negativity in chat. Hey, I don't care what your political belief is. I respect that a lot more than toxicity and negativity. So you're welcome, you know. Lab has a fire in New York. Yeah. Joey Carr, thank you. Good to catch you for a stream. And thank you for your automobile knowledge. Appreciate that. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate you, brother. All right. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to get some rest. It's now 1:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on, is it Sunday? It's Monday. Monday. For those of you who hung out, very much appreciate you. If you did not like or react to the video, if you deem the quality of content and coverage worthy of doing so, would appreciate you. And it's not for my benefit, it's just, it helps get this out to more people. So that would be a big help. If you deem it worthy of a bump over on Facebook, same deal. And even if it's a thumb down, again, I very much appreciate that feedback, you know? Oh, thank you, Tarina. Benny, let me see, about 3.5 hours. 3.5, yeah. If you want, type in !, notify. To be sure, if you want to get notified when I go live, you'll get a in your notification feed. With that being said, I'm going to get some rest. I hope that everyone finds the same whenever they get it, whether this finds you in the nighttime or daytime, wherever and whenever this finds you. I hope this finds you well. Thank you guys for hanging out. Catch you later. Sheila, here, I'll show you what it looks like. Like MS-DOS. No space. It's just ! notify. And if you type it in right, you'll get a little confirmation. There you go, Bridget. There you go, Benny. I was just saying, in the AM hours Eastern Standard, so like 8 hours from now, roughly, give or take, overseas has been quite active, and like Ripley has been over there. There's been militaries moving around, that type of thing, riot police, protesting lockdowns, that type of thing. So if I can grab streams, go live, I will be. So we shall see. Have a good night, Marie. And lastly, just thank you. A big, huge, tremendous shout out to my mods. Thank you so much for the job and duty that you do, the service that you provide, to provide a clean stream, and a pleasant place for people to come and converse. Very much appreciate that. Billy, good to see your name in a feed, in a stream. Catch you on some more, hopefully sometime soon. Glad to hear you back up. Good luck through the storm. I'm sure it's a doozy. I'm sorry there's nothing for me to stream at the moment, or I'd stay going, as well as feeling up to it. But in the AM, I was just saying about 8 hours. I'm going to try and stream that foreign footage because most of what we see is domestic, and gives some insight. Oh, Russia as well has seen some protesting, so I'll be watching it and rolling with it if and when possible. But aside that, be well. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. T-Lo, you could restream grass growing and it would be interesting. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And thank you for your modding as well. Eric, hope to see you soon too, my brother. And I'm so sorry I have not made it into group recently. I try to make it in. I enjoy watch streams, but the issue is that I can't monitor streams and type at the same time. Like I can't do a split screen. It has to be in full screen in a watch party on my laptop to show the chat. So it's like I have to stay committed to one or the other. And I haven't made it there in a long time, but I will definitely try to pop by sometime soon when I'm up to it for sure. But thankful we got a stream to share, and just want to thank you for it.